Hey y'all, thanks for tuning into the Nintendo Drive. If you're hanging out with us on YouTube, be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Or, if you're getting cozy and listening to us on your podcast feed, make sure you're following and leaving us nice reviews. You can also support the show on Patreon and pick up some awesome merch. Links to those and more are in the description, but let's get the show started.
What's up, gamers? I'm back. I'm here. I'm reclaiming the show. Y'all need Jesus.
Listen, they tell me at the church every Sunday, but do I listen? No. It's fine.
Look, man, I needed to come back here and reclaim the show. I was telling Sean, because Sean was editing the show while I was on break. I was like, dude, you really need to go back into the archives and pull one of your old intros when you used to call it the most wholesome podcast on the internet and put it in front of these episodes.
No.
Just lie to the people straight away.
Because let me tell you something. The show was not so wholesome for the past couple of weeks, but I
should have brought my chili sauce.
Oh, yeah, you should have. It was spicy the past couple of weeks. Fulya's with us. Hi, Fulya.
Hi.
Good to see you. Hi. Thanks for hanging out. I've told Fulya in the past before, and I'll say it again. You just have an open invitation to come on the show whenever you want, Fulya. You just come on through whenever you want.
It's like I'm sort of like in that void of not in the weeklies. I'm only in the monthlies now.
Right. Fulya was like, "Are y'all having a full show this week?" I was like, "Great."
Yeah, no Amanda with us tonight. We love you, Amanda. Send love to Amanda. We love you very much. She's not with us tonight. She's okay, but yeah, she's taking
fine.
the night off. She's not.
She's
like,
no longer
off a
with
cliff.
us.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, Amanda is dead. No, she's doing great. She's doing okay. Yeah, Sean says looks like Fulya is in my basement.
Am I?
Because
Maybe go check.
Maybe she is. Yeah. Who knows? Yeah. So it's nice to be back. It's good to be back. I came back like in full force, man, because today the Switch 2 is like officially out. We're doing summer GameFest stuff and all that, like all weekend. It's like right into the deep end with no floaties. Yes, Lockcliff.
So did you get glasses while you were away to prepare for how often you're going to be staring at the Nintendo Switch 2?
Yeah. For audio listeners, I do have glasses now. Which
with the blue reflector
yeah,
things.
it's blue light protection. Yeah. So quick story, I guess. I went to one of the many things that we did on my break. I sent Lockcliff and Amanda this meme. It was like an Onion headline that was like, guy tries to straighten out his entire life on a week-long vacation with mixed results. And that's more or less what happened with me. And so one of them was I needed to get my Texas driver's license, which you're supposed to do within the first 3 months of living here.
Y'all were a little late.
I've been here for like 7 months now. No big deal.
I got my Michigan one before you got your Texas one, and you moved way before I did.
We just it's hard to find the time, man. Like we're so busy, and so we finally did it. But part of it was it was mostly, I was gonna say it was mostly painless. It wasn't. It was a massive pain in the ass. But part of it is a vision portion of the test, and I'm like, oh, well, this is fine. My vision's perfect. And I go and she's like, put a hand over your eye and read these letters. And I'm like, P-E, I think that's a G. She's like, it's definitely a C. And I'm like, ooh, okay. So then we went to the eye doctor the next day. Luckily, my wife has good vision through her company, and went to the eye doctor, and they're like, yeah, you're in front of a screen like 12 hours a day. You need to have blue light protection at the very least. So here I am, man. I got glasses now. It's fine. It is what it is. I like them. Lockless adjusting her little background there. She had to make sure that Yef was in full view. So there you go.
Someone reminded me that where is Yef, and he wasn't there, so I had to put him back.
So we're here, man. But yeah, it'll protect my my eyesight from the bright lights of the Switch 2. was up until like 5 a.m. last night, you guys. And then I woke up at like 9 and fired up the stream. It was crazy.
Nope.
I'm tired.
I was up till 3 and I woke up at 7:45.
Yeah, and then Fulya's been over there selling the Switch 2 all day.
Yeah.
We'll talk about all this stuff a little bit later. Before we get into it, everybody, housekeeping.
She's here.
She's here. She's returned. I have a lot to talk to you guys about. There's a lot going on. Obviously, we have a huge week going on here at Carpool between all the stuff we have going on. But let's talk about Summer Game Fest. So if you're listening to us live here tonight on YouTube and Twitch, Summer Game Fest is happening tomorrow, officially. We already did like a live reaction to the PlayStation State of Play. That's on the Twitch channel. You can watch that VOD. But we're going to be live on twitch.tv/carpoolgaming live reacting to like basically everything. Starting tomorrow. The Summer Game Fest kickoff, I think, is at like 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow or something like that, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And we're going to be going live and live reacting to all that. Then there's like Day of the Devs, and on Saturday there's like Wholesome Direct. There's like a million things going on. So we're going to be live reacting to all of it. But importantly, we are also kicking off our Extra Life fundraising efforts for Extra Life 2025. So this is the first time we've ever done this. We've been doing Extra Life for a really long time. But this year, we're offering early bird prizes, including Summer Game Fest merch, a special edition Extra Life DualSense controller for PS5, which Sean has, which looks awesome. And we've also got some Xbox game codes. Sean's got !donate there in the chat with the link to donate to Extra Life. So yeah, all of the donations are eligible. $10 or more gets you in, and it also contributes to our kind of grand total when we come back for Extra Life at the end of the year too. So if you donate now, you're still in for the rest of the year too. And look, you're raising money for sick kids, man. It's what it's all about. So we're kicking it off early this year, man, and we appreciate your support. So yeah, that's going on. Thank you all very much. Speaking of Summer Game Fest merch, did y'all know that the Carpool Gaming Summer Game Fest merch is back on the website? Let me pull this up for you guys, because I love our Summer Game Fest merch. Let me just show the people what we have going on over here. Look at Poolside Bobby, man. I've missed him. I've missed that boy.
I need to get on it and actually grab something, even though for me it's Winter Game Fest, not summer. I'm freezing over here.
We got to do like an Australian edition. We got to get
where's the Aussie version? The Southern Hemisphere version of this.
Get Bobby all bundled up. Winter Game Fest over here. Yeah. I've missed Poolside Bobby, man. And yeah, shout outs to Andrew and Rybo for ordering the mugs. So we offered these mugs before, and we recently had to downgrade the size of the mug to the smaller size, and they were like, I miss the bigger size. The bigger size is more expensive and it has less color options, but I was like, I'll make it if you guys want it. And so yeah, we have two versions of a mug, an 11-ounce version and a 15-ounce version of the mug. We got stickers, we got the tank top. I wish I had the body to pull this off, you guys. If I had the body to pull off a tank top, I would totally rock this tank top.
You
I
could
love
wear
it.
Yeah, of course.
People don't need the
judge.
guns to come out like that.
Everyone needs to see
we've got
the guns,
Canadian.
so.
I was going to say we've got Canadian gun shows. Why not Texan?
No, people don't need the guns to come out like that. But it's live now.
We stay inside all day. We're too pale.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my arms are like relatively like there's a little bit of a tan to them, but if I lift up my sleeves, it's
anything
like
past the sleeve
totally,
length of the standard tee that you wear.
It'd be like reflectors. I'd be flexing and just get a shine like into the camera.
Hey, I'm supposed to be Mediterranean, and I'm not as tanned as my mum or my dad, so I'm much paler compared to them.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
half
fair.
Hispanic, Fulya. Look how pale I am.
Anyways, check out the Carpool Summer Game Fest merch live now during the summer season to celebrate Summer Game Fest and all the stuff going on. Check that stuff out. We appreciate it. You can gift merch to Twitch chat anytime we're live on Twitch as well. So please go ahead and do that if you want to give somebody a gift in chat. And we also have stuff going on Patreon. Thank you so much to Gizmodo16 for joining the exclusive tier on Patreon. Hey, I hung out with them during the Backtrackers, during the last Backtrackers session, and they were a delight. I just want to say that. Fantastic. I had a great time hanging out with them. So thank you for joining the Patreon and just kind of like, I love it anytime I see somebody like dive headfirst into the community, because they said that they had been introduced to us via these spicy episodes of the
You're
Nintendo
welcome.
Drive. So they came
Welcome in.
Exactly. From those episodes, joined the community, joined the Patreon, and now they're like fully kind of in the Carpool family. Like they're hanging out with Backtrackers. It was awesome. So
yeah.
big shout outs to Gizmodo. Like, and they were like personable and like had great insight, and it was really a treat. Speaking of Patreon, we've also got some Patreon content to shout out. Ryan's episode of Pants is now live. The Garrett Bland is up next on Pants, so please look forward to that. Ryan's got a movie review for like the new Final Destination movie that just hit the Real podcast over there. Sweet Hangs with Sean and Donnie. I think we had Patreon content like every day this week, just about. Really crazy.
Yep.
Mini Indie Van Fulya show went up on Patreon early access
With
this
Garrett.
week. With Garrett, that's right. And so it's they call it an embarrassment of riches over there on Patreon. So check us out over on Patreon. We really appreciate the support. I think that's it. I think that's what I've got for housekeeping, everybody. We can kick that housekeeping lady on out of here. Just wanted to talk about us for a little bit and the cool stuff that we're doing. We do a lot, man, and it's worth celebrating. Okay, we got a lot to talk about tonight, you guys. Let's start with some video games, shall we? Fulya, you're a special guest. What have you been playing, my friend?
Not a lot.
That's fair.
It's been a very, very busy week for me. It's been a busy couple of weeks, and not to mention the fact that, I'm kind of going through a bit of a mental health thing last couple of weeks. So, haven't really had a chance to do any kind of gaming. The only thing that I have played recently has been Chicken Journey on my Steam Deck. Yeah. Very cute, little wholesome, platformer, puzzle platformer. You're a little chicken, and it's got pixel graphics, and you're just going on the little adventure through like a town. You're trying to help a mayor, trying to find these sacred scrolls and
sacred scrolls.
Yeah, I know.
Just standard chicken stuff,
Yeah, just standard
whatever
chicken stuff.
Chicken
You get
does.
Yeah.
you get some chicken facts and just regular bird facts in there as well. It's actually really cute, lots of fun, and yeah, you're just sort of traversing through it. This kind of like for those of you watching the video right now, the live stream. It has some like kind of dungeon crawling sort of aspects to it, but it's really cute. I love the look of this game, and it's been really good fun to just sort of chill out to be honest.
I love that. The chicken looks like appropriately floaty. Like it looks like they float, like they jump like a chicken should jump.
Nice and chunky like a chicken should be too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love that.
Every time I see a pixelated chicken, I think of Stardew Valley, though.
It does look like a Stardew Valley chicken, like straight up. It does.
Yeah. And the cool thing about this game is those books that you sort of walk past and it sort of opens up. They're your checkpoints, like your save points.
Okay.
So every time you walk past it, it just saves. So it's good to find those books everywhere you go, and there's quite a few of them. So it's not like you're lacking in save points.
Yeah.
So because you do end up you do die because if you touch water or if you touch poisonous water or whatever, or if you hit thorns, you die and you respawn back at the last save point. So yeah.
Look at this. This is a smart chicken. This chicken's just like navigating a sewer with like toxins.
Yep.
All right.
It took me a little moment to sort of realize how to push and pull items.
You're crushing it.
Yeah, but it's pretty good. The lever thing, the winding of the like the pipes,
valve.
the valve. Yeah, that takes a little bit of it because you have to like turn,
like rotate.
You got to rotate your left stick to get it to work properly. And so it did take me a moment to sort of realize what was going on because sometimes you can just push to one side, push the stick
Right.
to one side, and it works. But this one, you actually have to rotate it. So,
Yeah.
or maybe
Nice.
I'm remembering wrong. You do push. I thought it was a rotation on the stick. You actually have to push the stick.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
For it to work, left or right. So
You're so smart right here. You're like testing to make sure that they're not too far apart.
Yeah,
by,
that's
like,
a smart
jumping.
move. I would not
I
have
would
done
not.
that.
I wouldn't have either. I would have gone up there like that looks good, and then went up top. I would not have thought of testing it.
Yeah.
no, I needed to make sure that it was the right level in terms of where to jump from, and I'm like, oh yeah, this seems about right. But then
So smart.
you have to be careful not to jump too far, otherwise you end up in the water and then poof, you're dead.
That's cute. I like this.
Yeah,
Never heard of it.
It's a really cute and wholesome game. I'm not sure if it's on Switch though. You might want to double check that one, but
Should
it's
be on
definitely on
Switch,
Steam.
man. Come on. This looks
Yeah,
like it
this
should
is
be on Switch.
100% should be on the Nintendo Switch. Yeah, for sure.
Come on.
Especially since the
It's
new
really
one's out. Come on.
Yeah, get us this Chicken Journey Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
First two games on Nintendo Switch 2. Mario
Yep.
Mario Kart World and Chicken Journey.
Chicken Journey.
It
Yep.
is Chicken Journey is on Switch, confirmed.
Well, there you go.
So
There you go. Go play
yeah.
it on Switch.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's literally all I've been playing because
That's it?
I've been working.
Yeah, that's
Busy.
fair. Somebody's got to sell that Switch, man. Somebody's got to do it. Okay, very good. Well, Lachlan, what have you been playing, my friend?
I have a list, but it's not as long as yours as I'm looking at the show notes here. So I'm glad that.
I've been off for 2 weeks, so I've been playing games.
Well, I haven't, and my list seems too long now that I'm looking at it. So I finally got into Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time. I think I
Oh,
mentioned that
yeah.
last week. So I'm still playing that. I've streamed it twice now. Super fun game. I wish games like that had voice acting. Like I just get lazy now, I feel like. So if a game has voice acting, it's like 10 times better than if
Right.
it doesn't. Because like especially if you stream it, you don't have to.
You feel the
read
pressure,
it out
right?
loud. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's super fun. I haven't unlocked online multiplayer. You have to get to like chapter 3 or something. Because I was going to play it with Bowser, but I can't yet until I unlock it. And she's already beaten the game. So
I know. She finished the game like a week and a half ago. She finished the game like 5 days after it came out.
day one of me streaming it, she was like, I think I'm rolling credits, question mark. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? I'm literally starting this game right this moment. And you are finishing
Crazy.
this game.
Yeah, she's been gaming, man. That's wild.
Oh, I look so serious because I'm trying to still figure out like the fishing. I finally
The sweet
towards
spot.
towards the
Yeah.
end I finally got the hang of it. It's easier than Stardew fishing in my opinion.
Sure. Yeah.
But you have to like figure out the mechanics. And there's a skill tree, of course, so you kind of upgrade some stuff and there's little things you unlock. Like there's a thing I'll get eventually. I don't know if this was my last stream. Where you can press X and it'll like tell you if you're getting close to that
Yeah.
perfect spot to like pull. And that was a lifesaver. Like that makes the fishing
Yes.
way easier. And
Yep.
Ribo's the one that told me about the skill tree. I was like, there's a skill tree. And like I look in there and I'm like, oh snap, I got like 15 points to spend.
You
And
need
so
the
I
skill
found-
tree.
So I spent all my points and I definitely got that feature and that was really, really fun and made it a lot more easy. So I think I'm
Yeah.
going to start blazing through it. I'm trying to just mainline it, but I do want to get some more jobs because you can have all of them apparently.
You can. Yeah.
Yeah. So because I want the artist one and that's locked and I don't know what you need
Yeah.
to do to unlock it.
Just
It's like
go through
one
the
of
story. You'll get it.
yeah. There's like
Yeah.
one of two that are,
Mm-hmm.
or there's two of them that are locked.
It's farmer and artist that are locked.
Oh, interesting. Okay. And like farmer would have been another one that I would want to have anyways, but it's super
Yeah.
fun. I like it. It's I'm playing it on Steam, so it looks beautiful.
Yeah. You know,
I would what?
they have a Switch 2 edition that came out, and it's out for launch, and I did upgrade to the Switch 2 edition.
you
I did
did?
fire it up, and it's great. Like, it looks and runs great on Switch 2. It's awesome. And it's like
Nice.
$2 to upgrade. It's
Oh,
crazy.
snap. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not even
costs
that
like
bad.
nothing. Yeah.
I said this to Amanda last week, but I'll say it to you, Seth, since you're back. I was impatient and I saw that it released a couple days sooner on Steam and I was
I
like,
know.
I'll just buy it on Steam, and then I could stream it a
And
couple
then
days
didn't play it until.
and then didn't play it till a week and a half later.
Yeah. Well,
But it's okay.
good job.
I'm
Nice
playing
job,
on
Sweaty.
Steam, and it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I have a controller. It's controller compatible. I think people said it works on Steam Deck, even though it's not. I don't think it's
Verified.
verified, but I think people have used it and it works. So I
Yeah.
might even be doing that as well because I like playing Luma Island on my Steam Deck. So Fantasy Life I, and then I downloaded on Game Pass Tales of Kenzera : Zao,
Yeah.
and I actually started playing it. I played a little
like
bit
it?
of it. I do like it. I do like it. I was up in the air in terms of if I wanted to get Prince of Persia. And it's pretty much that type of game, but a completely
Yeah.
different type of story, different characters, of course, and different cultures as well. But I really like it. So I like what I play. I just played one evening on my own. It's going to be one of those games that I just play by myself.
Yeah.
Not the Wowie Zowie. Okay.
That got me. I had to pull that up.
I
from
just
Yawn.
now read that. I think that's how you say it, unless you're supposed to say Zau. I don't know.
I think he definitely means wowie zowie. Like yeah, for sure.
Oh, and Pat's played it, finished it a few months ago. Yeah, I just remember seeing it. I think it was at the Game Awards, maybe when they first announced it. Like they had the guy that developed it come out, and it was kind of a bittersweet thing because he did it kind of
Yeah.
in honor of his dad and such, and so that kind of stuck with me. And this character in the actual game itself is kind of doing this for their dad, or to bring their dad back.
Right.
So it is kind of a bittersweet mom, but I do like it. I'm playing it on. They had like 4 different tiers of difficulty, and I'm playing it on not the default one, but like 1 tier lower, but not just like story mode. It's like one
Right.
step up from that. And so far it's been good. And oh my God, I didn't realize the bosses were that huge.
The bosses are crazy in this game.
Yeah. It looks really cool though. I really like the art style of it. I like the movement of it as well.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a moment to figure out the distant shooting, but
Yeah.
because you're using like it almost feels like you're using a bow and arrow of sorts, but I got the hang of it after a bit. I got stuck during the tutorial because it's like you have to shoot the thing, and I'm like, I'm doing it, and I was literally doing it, but I wasn't doing the aim in the shoot. It just so happened that my shots were actually hitting without aiming because I'm that good at it.
It's just that good.
But part of the tutorial was actually aiming and shooting. So until I did that, it wasn't going to progress me.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of puts you in like an arena of
You have
sorts.
to
It kind of
shoot
did.
with intention.
Yeah,
get through
yeah.
the tutorial.
You had to go through some of the basics. So I did get stuck for a second. So I had to look up a walkthrough just because I thought it was a glitch, because it was on
Yeah.
Game Pass. I was like, oh, this is glitched. No, it's just a me problem. I just wasn't properly hitting the correct buttons like I'm supposed to. Are we surprised? I don't think so.
Damn.
But Tales of Kenzera, I'm happy to play it. And
How'd you
then
like it?
I did, yeah. I'm glad I liked it. This next one I will get into because in a minute, because I know you and I share this next one, but
Okay.
very briefly, I want to talk about Danchi Day's demo.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I know you played the demo last year, but there's a
Yeah.
new demo with more stuff. You have 10 neighbors to invite for the festival that you're making, and you get actual like backstory now. Kind of in the demo last year, I remember it being it kind of like drops you in to it, and then it says about inviting you're this little girl, and I can't remember her name, but you're inviting you're setting up this festival that hasn't been going on for many years. It kind of died after a while, and so you're trying to revive it because your grandmother used to be in charge of putting it together every year. This part hit me hard, and I had to like
Aw.
take a moment when I was recording it because
Well,
right
let me
now,
skip
if
then.
yeah, you
I
can
don't want to
skip
see
it.
sad stuff.
Yeah, you could skip it. It's fine. But basically, her grandmother has dementia, and so her
Yeah.
grandmother's going through it, and so my grandparents right now are going through the same thing, and it's been a very recent thing that's been
it's
going
so
on.
hard,
So that,
man.
yeah. So I was not expecting that type of lore because there was no like lore that they went into last year when I played the demo.
Right.
But the game is really cute. It's kind of like a slice of life mini game type thing. You're kind of going through stuff, and basically just inviting neighbors, and the neighbors are just so silly and interesting. Like later on, I come across the playground, and there's a sunny side up egg on the slide at the playground, and there's this old man that comes he jumps out of a bush. Yes, he was hiding in a bush at a playground. An old man. That's completely normal.
Classic, yeah, like
Yeah.
you do. Yeah.
Just classic old man things, you know. He just jumps out of a bush, and decides to explain to you that the reason that there's an egg there on the slide is because to tell the children that it's too hot to use the slide, that an egg can
the
cook
egg's
on
like
it.
frying.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the egg is a fried egg, it's
Wow.
it's better than a sign because kids don't read the sign. They need something more dramatic.
I mean-
and so a fried egg on a slide means it's too hot, kids, to play on this metal slide.
That makes sense. Okay, so it's funny you mention that. So yes, I will be playing this soon. I played the original demo like a year ago or whatever it is. I'm friendly with one of the developers, and he is Melos Hantani. He's one of the developers of Analgesic Production, so I talk about all the time on this show the developers of games like Anodyne and Cephany and stuff like that. And anyway, he's working on this game. He's doing the music and some of the writing and stuff like that. And Melos reached out to me to let me know that this demo is getting updated. And I will be covering it on my channel. Just haven't had a chance to make my video for it yet. But
you had
it's
time
funny.
off.
Yeah, I know. I did so many other videos on the channel during that time. I just haven't gotten around to it. I have a literal checklist that I was going down while I was off. And that's just one of the things that's still on the checklist. But in Anodyne 2, there's an NPC, there's a character who talks about, like, it reminds me, like what you just said with the egg kind of reminds me of that. They talk about microwaving bread rather than toasting it, which I'd never heard anybody do before. And it was one of those things where I was like, huh, like I've never, like that's such an interesting way of like thinking about it. And I tried it and I was like, yeah, this is totally fine. Like it's different. Like it's not crunchy, but it's like warm, you know, like nice buttered bread. And I don't know, like there's something about like the like different ways of approaching life like that their writing kind of gets into. Like I would never think to put an egg on a slide to indicate that the slide is hot. But that kind of makes perfect sense also.
It makes sense. Like it's like that I've heard of, like, you know, it's so hot outside it cooks an egg on the sidewalk or something. It's the same thing. It's just on a slide instead.
Yeah.
But yeah, they reached out to me about it, and then I was like, oh yeah. They're like, they reminded me like that the code from last year from when we played is good for this year. It just had to be after a certain date. But yeah, I was excited. I was like, oh, there's more, because I remember streaming it and having so much fun. I think it took me like an hour and a half to play the demo. Just
I heard it's like 60 to 90 minutes.
Yeah, because last year it was really, really short. Because they literally drop
it's like
you
20
in.
minutes.
But this one's a lot longer, like hour and a half. So
that's good.
Plan accordingly is why I'm saying it.
Yeah, sure. It's going to be a long video, in other words.
Yeah.
No worries. Nice.
And then we'll get into Mario Kart World in a while, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But the one that you and I also share is Duck Detective: the Ghost of Glamping.
Yes,
I did a full
indeed.
stream on that one just this past Sunday. And I like it. I'm glad you were there, Seth, because still some of those puzzles were too much for me.
You'd still be playing it.
I would still be playing it.
Still be playing it now.
I would. Like this concerned look on my face of like, am I actually soaking in this information? I don't think so. I don't think so. But it was
It was this moment. It was trying to figure out if she's I
Is she a colonel, a brigadier?
A
like,
brigadier, yeah. Shoutouts to tips from Lieutenant Lemmy though. Shoutouts to Lemmy here.
Lemmy. Shoutouts to Lemmy.
Yeah.
You mean Lenny?
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. So sorry. I mean Lenny.
Lenny, yeah.
So crazy, man.
I did like this one more. Well, did I like it more? I think even though you were there and you helped me, like, there was less confusion during the
Yes.
second one than there was the first one.
I agree. Yeah.
And they did give you an option, and I'd actually just never changed it. I probably should have. To do a story mode versus the regular, intended mode, which they did not
Right.
do in the first one. Probably because a lot of people struggled in the first game. So don't be afraid to do story mode, y'all, unless you have a Seth in the chat, and then you're okay. You can get through it.
I tried to like give you some light nudges without like spoiling things. You know?
Yes, you did it in a helpful way, little hints, and not exact like go here.
I don't want to
It's
do
this
any like
person.
backseat gaming. Yeah, I always hate that. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I like this one a lot. I don't know if I like it quite as much as the first one. It's weird. The first one, I felt like I got a better sense of like the characters in the first one. But I do think that like as a game, and yeah, like the first one definitely had some leaps in logic where I was like, how was I ever supposed to figure that out? You know what I mean? But I do like this one. I feel like everything made like a lot more sense, even like there was one time I had to use a hint and I was like, oh, duh. Like I should have thought of that, So,
And that was the one I didn't use a hint on.
Yeah, actually. So everything made sense in this game, which was an improvement for me over the first game. And but like I don't know. The first game like had a very different vibe, and that's one thing I do appreciate about this one is it's a very different vibe. It's like a little spooky, like you got like a little ghost story peppered in there. I like that this one has a lot more cutscenes than the first one.
Yes, animated cutscenes.
Yeah, it's really good.
The character relationships are more wild in this one than the first one.
I don't know. The first one's got some pretty wild character relationships too, though. Like, remember in the first one you had that penguin janitor guy who was like a shady he was like he used to be like an undercover spy or something like that. And then like you had like the bear like boss who had like his shady stuff with like a safe and whatnot. I don't know, like.
But those seemed to be more things you've seen before, I feel like, versus what this one had. And I don't want to mention some of the wilder ones because then I'll give it away, and I don't want, it's too soon. It just came out. I don't want to say too much. Just play it if you liked the first Duck Detective game, and play the second one for sure. But it put another check of games I've completed off my list. I'm now at 13, so that's good.
Oh, look at you! You're crushing it.
I
I mean, look, for me, I've said this a million times, but I'll just repeat myself again. They could make as many of these as they want, and I'm going to play them. Like, I just think they do such a good job with the Duck Detective series. Like, they're funny, they're short, they're inexpensive. Like, I like the kind of, I don't know, it makes you think just enough without being frustrating. I really like this little series. And as many of them they make, I'll play them. Put them out once a year for all I care, and I'll play them. So
I hope they do.
I do too. Fulya, have you played the new one yet? Have you gotten around to it?
No, so I'm glad that my power went out when you guys were talking about it.
Welcome back. I wasn't going to say anything, but welcome back.
It's okay. Literally just decided to just drop power and then reboot up 2 seconds later, but then the internet takes a lot longer to reboot. Yeah. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry about that.
All good. No, all good. Well, you played. I remember you talking about the first one because you played the first.
Yes,
Detective.
I have 100% played the first one. I am really looking forward to playing Ghost of Glamping. So
yes,
I really enjoyed the first one. So I know I'm gonna have fun with this one.
You're gonna like this one. Gameplay wise, I would say this one is an improvement. Like the fact that if anybody's ever played the first Duck Detective, like. Just having a map that you can consult in this one that tells you that if there are leftover clues or not in an area that you haven't found yet is like a godsend. Like it makes the game flow so much better. Like it just, it's a huge improvement. Like I don't feel like I have any huge like gameplay complaints about this one. So
I can't remember if the first one allowed you to just use the mouse the entire time and you didn't have to use the keyboard. But for this one, I used mainly just the mouse the whole time instead of using the WASD to like move.
Yeah.
I just clicked with the mouse to move
point and click,
everywhere.
Yeah.
Which made it a lot easier because my mouse is like one of those silent mice, whatever. I was going to say mouses. Ugh.
Silent mouse.
It's one of those silent ones, and I prefer it sometimes. So, especially if I'm streaming. So, I liked that. Except for make sure you press Q for quack.
Yeah, you must quack.
You must quack.
Quacks are necessary.
Yeah, agreed.
There's only one achievement I did not get out of the 11 that are
for
there
real?
on Steam. Yeah.
Yeah. Aw.
I have to go back to get that one.
You can do it.
It wasn't an obvious one, though. I didn't
Is it
know.
the kicking the beach ball?
Yeah.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that. That's easy.
Yeah, I just got to play it for like a couple, 10 minutes maybe.
Yeah. And so I imagine if you're playing on like PlayStation, it's probably like an easy platinum if you wanted, you know.
Yeah.
It's just great. It's just a great series. I just love these games. Yeah. Really
Yes,
good.
Yawn, Mises.
Yeah. No cheeses for these Mises. Okay. Anything else? What else
Besides
been going on?
Mario Kart World, that's all I've got.
Yeah.
I just
Yes,
remembered
Fulya.
a game that I played.
Oh,
What?
please.
Well, it wasn't this past week. It was like last week.
Time's
tell me.
irrelevant. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, thanks to the publishers, I was actually able to check out Jump the Track.
Yeah,
that
this is also
came
on my
through
checklist.
From the
Yes.
6-1 Indie Showcase that came out
Yes.
last month, and I was very grateful to them. I was actually really keen on checking out the demo for it anyway. But when they sent me the code to play it early, I'm like, heck yeah, I'll play it.
Yeah.
I still need to finish it though. But it is so much fun. It is essentially Peggle with story.
Right. Like a Peggle visual novel,
Pretty
basically,
much.
is what this is.
Yeah. And I loved playing Peggle back in the day. So
Yes.
this was an easy, I will definitely play it. And it was just so much fun. The cool thing about this is you have to unlock dialogue because this is also a choices matter visual novel.
Right.
So you have to unlock dialogue in order to and their emotional dialogue as well. So to be able to unlock them, you have to hit all of the pegs associated to the color of that emotion that they have, because they color code the emotional dialogue. And it's really cool. It's very funny. And it's a very comedic visual novel. There's a Turkish kebab shop owner, which made me
hell
laugh
yeah.
so hard because they had some Turkish words in there too. I'm like,
that
oh
rules.
my goodness, no way.
That's awesome. You're like, I know that. Like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme.
Pretty
like,
much,
hey.
that's you hear me laugh because I made a video on it, and as soon as that word popped up, I giggled so hard. I was like,
I love that.
This is so good. So, I'm also like putting on my own little voices for some of the characters because there's no voice acting for this one. I have to do my own voices.
yeah.
I have to read.
Gotta read. Yeah, that's
Hate
But it means that I get to play around and have fun with voices. So.
Yeah, of course. I love that. Yeah, I can't wait to play. I got a code for this also, and I've been meaning to. This is another one. It's on my list. I got to make a video for this because I saw it during the 6-1 Indie Showcase, and I was like, yeah, this looks good.
Yeah, I was like so curious about it. And then the other thing I will also mention is that it was right there and now it's gone. Damn it.
All good.
My brain. This power outage did a number on me.
All good.
Yeah, no, it's really good and I really like it, and yeah, it's definitely
I think it's
worth
only
checking
on
out.
Steam
I
right
think
now.
so, yeah,
Jump the
it's on
track,
Steam,
but
yeah.
it looks really cool. I'm excited to play it myself. I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
mentioned it.
you'll enjoy it for sure, Seth. Yeah.
I mean, hey, everybody, we need more Peggle-like games.
Yes.
I just want to say that. More people should make games that are like Peggle. Peggle rules, and there really is. It's like this. There's a game called Peglin that came out last year,
yeah.
which is also awesome. And that's like kind of it. Like, I feel like there should be way more Peggle games. Like, how are
Yeah.
there not how is this not a subgenre in itself? This pachinko thing? How is there
Yes.
not 500 Peggle games?
There should be more of these games.
Like, guys, we figured it out. Like it's a tried and true genre. It's fun.
Oh, I remember now. So even if you don't get all of the emotional dialogue pegs in your your game boards. The base dialogue is just as hilarious, and it works out really well. So it's fine. It's such a great game. That. I still need to finish it though. So yeah.
Nice. I wonder how long it is.
I think the dev said it was roughly about a 3-hour playthrough.
Oh, not bad. Yeah, there you go.
So it's short. Yeah.
Love that. The shorter, the better. For me these days, I want to knock it out. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, cool. Well, I have a big list. I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on all of this because we'll be here all night and we have more to talk about tonight. We've already talked about Fantasy Life and Duck Detective, so I won't hit on those too much, other than to say that I love Fantasy Life. Like, I really love it. I'm having a great time with it. I'm already like 30 hours into it. And I've been playing a lot of it. It's like a good like before bed game, you know.
Is this your new Hello Kitty Island adventure?
Yeah, kind of. Like it kind of scratches a similar itch to that for sure. But
how hard did everybody drop from that game as soon as
Hello Kitty? Yeah.
Since I moved.
Yeah. I really like that game. I spent probably about that much time in Hello Kitty as well. I really liked it. But yeah, I only have like space in my life for one of those. You know what I mean? Like I can't have like multiple like life sims going on at once. I can have one. And right now it's Fantasy Life. So yeah, but I really love it as well. I might talk about it more at some other point. But a couple of like new things that I guess I'll quickly mention. Some are on Switch, some are not. One game that I did play on my channel that is on Switch is a game called Pinball Spire, which is a really neat like pinball game. They call it a Pinball Vania. Like, it's a Metroidvania with pinball mechanics. Let me pull up my video here. It was one of those where like you start playing it and before you know it, an hour's gone by. You know, you're just like, oh, right. I should probably wrap this video up at some point. So you explore this like environment that are all laid out like pinball stages, but as you like defeat enemies and like hit, you know, little pins and stuff on the pinball board, you're getting like experience. You can level up. You can get different like abilities. Like I have this ability to kind of like aim and like see where my ball is going to go. There's also a like ability to set your pinball on fire, so I can light torches and solve puzzles like that. Yawn32 hates Pinball Vania. Sorry, I didn't make it up. Those are the developers that made it up. You can slow down time, so you can kind of like aim yourself and like kind of figure out what you're doing and reorient yourself. You can nudge, so like you can kind of like make if you're like just a little bit off from where you want to go, you can kind of nudge the pinball in the right direction.
Wait, and, this is sorry to cut you off. I'm just looking at the video. This isn't like one board. This is like areas that you explore.
Map. Yes. Yeah, it's like a whole map. Yeah.
Okay.
So you go through these different areas and solve puzzles, and you have to even like it's like a Metroidvania. Like you have to backtrack with new abilities. Like for example, there's an area where I needed the flame ability to get past an area, but I didn't have it yet. So I had to get it and then like work my way back. And it's laid out like a pinball board. It's really neat. Now, it is still a pinball game, and I'm not great at pinball games. So like if you are not good at pinball games, you might kind of struggle with this. But still, like I've had a good time with it, and I really like the vibe of it. I like the way it looks. I like the lighting, you know, like just I don't know, like the atmosphere of it, the music of it is good. It's a neat game. I've never played anything exactly like it. Let me show you one of these areas.
Are you playing this on Steam or?
This is on Switch. It is on Steam, but I'm playing it on Switch. It came out on Steam, I think, last year. I think it is newly on Switch.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it's really cool. Like I've never played anything exactly like it. It's a neat little game.
Very interesting.
So, yeah, Pinball Spire is what it's called. So I played that. That was on Switch. What else did I play here? I got to pull up my own list. I played through Kabuto Park on PC, which was great. Yeah.
Is that the one where you catch bugs?
Yes. It was great.
I like that one. I haven't played it, but I've had that on my wish list, or I've had it on a list for a while.
I loved it. Yeah. Like I streamed my entire playthrough. I had a great time with it. Very simple. Like you're just it's kind of in this like Japanese park in the summer, and yeah, you're just like you're it's very like straightforward. You're just catching bugs and you're making them fight in like a sumo arena sort of thing. So the gameplay
Very
of it,
Pokemon-esque.
totally, yeah. You look at these like you go into these kind of like still areas, and then there's these magnifying glasses that you hit them. It searches for a bug, and then you're able to catch the bug. There are, just like in Pokemon, there are like shiny variants of bugs that have better stats, and so I'm finding it. Then you got to time it to catch the bug, and there you go. I caught that moth. Some of them are bigger than others, which improves their stats. You can give them like little candies to make them better. You build a team of 3 that you take into the battle. Let me see if I can find some footage of the battle. Here it is. And yeah, it's kind of like in turns. Like, so there's like a hold phase and like a push phase, and you use these cards. Every bug has their own set of cards. So you build a team and you kind of like try to push the other bugs out of the arena. I just like, and it's more strategic than I was expecting. Like you can see me like waiting for the right time to use my Shatter Defenses card so that I can like easily push them off the edge, you know? And yeah, it's just fun. Like it's a really, this character uses a bunch of like millennial terms. Yeah, you ate.
Wow.
Says.
That boy ate, though.
Yeah, that boy ate. It's just cute. Like the art's really cute. The music's really cute. You know, my full playthrough was like 2.5 hours. And I think the game's $5. Like, it's, you know, it's like, it's very good. This is the same, I think, the same team that made Minami Lane.
It is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so it kind of has that vibe. Minami Lane was another one where it's kind of like, it's like $5. You just play through it in like an afternoon. It's super cute, makes you feel good. This is very much like that. So yeah, I would recommend that. It's not on Switch yet. Minami Lane came to Switch though, and I hope this does too, because more people could stand to play this one. Really good. Let's see. Another game that I streamed while I was on break, and this is on, I think it's on Xbox, PC, and PS5, but I'll just quickly shout out To a T, which I really loved. Like, I really enjoyed this game quite a bit. I streamed my whole playthrough. It took me about 7 hours. And
wow.
Yeah.
Streaming the whole time.
I did. It was like right under 7 hours, my stream, to play through the full game. This is the new game from Keita Takahashi, the creator of Katamari. And I'm a huge fan of his. Like, I've loved all of his games. And yeah, you're playing as this teenager who is always like T-posing, like their body is stuck in with their arms out in the shape of a T. Yeah. So they have like all, like you see like their extra long toothbrush and like their special like, you know, like sink and everything. So, but the game uses this as a way to comment on like living with a disability, you know, and like the way that like at a certain point the other kids in school are making fun of him and stuff like that. And it kind of deals with all of that, but it does it with all of the like quirk and charm of Keita Takahashi's stuff. Like, it's just silly and like, I don't know, like there's, it has like this kind of anime vibe where at the beginning of every episode in the game, it plays like a theme song that's called You Are the Perfect Shape. And it's all about like, I'm getting emotional thinking about it. I think it's a really beautiful like story because it's about like embracing your imperfections, you know, and how like your human imperfections are actually what make you beautiful. You know, it's like this silly, like dumb kind of like random game or whatever, but it has something to say. And I really like that about it. And at the end of every episode, there's a giraffe song, which is like my favorite.
We love the giraffe song.
We love the giraffe song. It's like song of the year. It's so good. Rebecca Sugar from Steven Universe sings it, and it like, it just, every time I'm just sitting there dancing, like every time the giraffe song comes on. Oh my gosh. I got to find some footage of the giraffe song. You guys got to see. This plays at the end of every episode, and it's just impossible not to like kind of dance along with their rules. Great game. I
little
really
dance.
I mean, like,
cooking is so amazing. I think it's really magical. Taste, smell, texture, temperature. There's 4 giraffes dancing in a circle.
Who I think it is all the same, but this giraffe character runs like food stands in the game where she has like an elote stand, a popcorn stand, a sandwich stand, and an ice cream stand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you do like little mini games, and I don't know, it rules. I really loved it quite a lot. So shout outs to 2AT. I hope this comes to Switch too, because I liked it a lot. Okay, what else do I have here on my list? I'm playing El Paso Elsewhere, which is also not on Switch, but that is the current Backtrackers game, which I chose. I got chosen with only 1 entry on the wheel, by the way. So shout outs to me for that. God really does have favorites. I got chosen on the...
Here I am thinking he just had really good luck. And
Look, that's just how it happens. Yawn32 says, GUI... It rules, you guys. Like, it's great. I'm only like 13. And Yawn32 had like 6 entries on the wheel. It worked out that way. It was a random choice, but I love it. It's kind of like a Max Payne kind of thing. 3rd-person shooter. You can like slow down time and like jump and, shoot at like werewolves in the air and stuff like that. It's got like a supernatural thriller kind of vibe. And Yawn32 says, God hates me. So there you go. You said it, not me, on 32.
Wow.
I love you, though. That's okay.
That's the difference. It's just God.
That's the difference. Be mad at God. Don't be mad at me. Okay. But the game rules. Play it. It's on PS5, mobile, and PC, I think. Not on Switch yet. I keep waiting for this thing to come to Switch. I don't understand why it's not on Switch. But play it. Join us for the Backtrackers on the 14th. And it's really fun. I like it a lot. And then a couple demos I want to quickly shout out. One of them, I guess both of these actually are coming to Nintendo Switch. Cool. So one of them is currently live on Kickstarter. It's a game called Big Hops. This game rules.
It's a frog.
It is so good. It is a 3D platformer where, you play as this cute little frog. And you're just kind of like running around collecting like bugs. You have a tongue, so you can like use it to latch onto things. But guys, if you're a fan of 3D platformers like me, you need to pay attention to this. The movement in this game feels amazing because you're doing these like
looks like it spells yawn.
Oh really? Oh yeah,
it really
yawn.
Does. YON.
You're like diving around, you're rolling around and like chaining your movement and stuff like this. Like it feels good. Like it just feels great to play. I don't know how well it's coming through in the gameplay, or in the footage I'm showing, but like it just feels like fluid, like when a 3D platformer's movement can feel fluid, I'm like all about it. It's like my favorite genre. It does look like it says yawn.
Yeah, it does. The Y's upside down, but yeah, it does look like that.
Like a little kid tried to spell yawn or something. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's great. Like, I was sold on it immediately. I went and backed it on Kickstarter. It is going to be something special. It has way more story than I was expecting. There's, like, cutscenes, and it's fully voice acted also.
Snap. We hate to read, so yes, please.
We hate to read. Yeah, the whole thing is voice acted. It's great. Like, it is genuinely great. If you're looking, it's coming to Switch and Switch 2, and it's coming to PC. So, and then it has stretch goals for PlayStation and Xbox. But it is great, man. The demo is on Steam now. Y'all should play it. I have a very mid-range PC, and I was getting, like, you can see in the bottom right corner, like 75 frames like the whole time. It ran great. So, yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait to play this. 3D platformer fans are eating really well right now. There's some great 3D platformers coming out.
So is that frog.
Yeah. Yeah, he's eating bugs and sandwiches and whatnot. The cool thing about that game too is it like keeps like opening up layers as you're playing. Like eventually you start like uncovering, like you can get these mushrooms that are like bouncy platforms. So you can grab them and then throw them anywhere you want. You can just have like a bouncy platform. Nice. There's like these acorns that can grow vines like anywhere you want. So it's kind of got this mix of like Mario meets Breath of the Wild or something like that. It's really cool. It's great. It's called Big Hops, and it's on Kickstarter now. Play the demo for yourself. You don't got to take my word for it. and then support it on Kickstarter if you want. It's supposed to come out later this year, so if it reaches its funding goal, and it's great. Please play it. Okay, one last demo, and I've been very excited to tell everybody about this game.
I'm excited.
I need everybody to know about Mr. Sleepy Man.
Yes, Mr. Sleepy Man.
Mr. Sleepy Man?
Yes, Fulya, Mr. Sleepy Man. Get ready. Get ready.
Okay, here we go.
I have been obsessed with Mr. Sleepy Man for like the past couple of weeks. This game rules. This is another 3D platformer, but let me show everybody Mr. Sleepy Man. This little sleeping man in the world of dreams. With my boy Tiffy here.
Tiffy. Yeah, he's got one tooth.
He's got one big old golden tooth. And Mr. Sleepy Man is just this little dude who's sleeping. He's in this little like realm called like Bedtime Town. And there's all these crazy characters. It kind of, you know,
what the heck is that giant blob?
It's a head with limbs.
That's Tiffy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Tiffy. And you know what? He looks creepy. He's actually very sweet. And
he really is. His voice, it's voice acted, of course, and his voice kills me. I love it.
Yeah. So Devin Santee is the developer, solo dev, who's been working on this for like over 6 years. Wow. And he does everything. He does like all of the programming, the art, the design, all the voice acting is him. All of the music is him. So he has like original music that he's put into the game, and it's like fantastic music. Like,
that's all I've listened to. I have listened to Lost in Dreams, his single, at least 20 times since 3 days ago, Seth, when I found out about this game.
Yeah, and Lost in Dreams, I'm glad you brought up Lost in Dreams. So in the demo, you can play like, you know, you've got this little like open world area. Here's Papa Bear, who's looking for his son Chunky Bear.
What's going on in this world?
It's so wild. Seth obviously has a video on Seth Sturgill's channel. Go and watch it.
But you're in this kind of like open world, and like there's these little like collectibles to find and stuff. It kind of has a little like almost like Mario Odyssey meets Untitled Goose Game kind of energy to it. Because there's all these like little random objectives. Like there's an objective to like rob the cash register and stuff. So kind of has that energy. You're just kind of playing around in this like silly little world. But in the demo, there's also the Lost in Dreams portion of the demo, which is basically like a playable music video. Let me find it. This is it. So I'm not going to play the song on the stream because we'll get a copyright hit for it. Mm-hmm. But Devin Santee made this song called Lost in Dreams. It's like this very like pop punk kind of emo adjacent kind of song. But it's great. Like it really, it's like a great song. And you play this level to that song. Like the song is playing while I'm doing this level. And it's great, man. Like it's one of those games that you can tell like just the human fingerprints are all over this game. Like only he could have made this, you know? And like, I'm so attracted to that in video games. Like there's so many games that come out that are just cookie cutter, that are like totally like everything else. There's nothing else like Mr. Sleepy Man, you know? It's like wholly original, wholly unique, just all from like this one guy. And I love it. Like I've been like obsessed with it ever since discovering it. I just got recommended the trailer on YouTube. I'd never heard of it before. So yeah, it's great. I love it. Mr. Sleepy Man, y'all should play it. There's the music video, by the way, playing on the TVs in the background, which is on his YouTube channel. It just rules. The whole thing has this kind of like Ren and Stimpy kind of vibe to it. Like this kind of Nickelodeon, like, like 90s kind of grungy kind of vibe to it. And I don't know. It's really great. Like games like this are why I love indie games. Like it's just indie games have the ability to just like capture these experiences that are impossible in AAA, you know? So yeah, really good. I love it a lot.
Demo on Steam is out?
Yes, the demo's out on Steam. It's coming to Switch. It's coming to PC and Switch later this year. So yeah, very excited to play the full game. Anyways, that's all I've been playing.
Play it just for that music video level.
Play it, yeah. Now I will say, and he actually has a little README like in the game, and it tells you like, hey, if you play Lost in Dreams in your video, you're going to get a copyright strike. So just do be aware of that. I did get a copyright strike on the video. I appealed it, and he actually did remove it, and it was fine. But just do be aware of that. You're going to get flagged if you do that on a video or something. But it's great.
I just play it in my own time. But it looks so wild, and I'm here for it. So
I love it. Yeah, and it's another, like, it's a 3D platformer, and it just feels really good to play.
Pat's like, this reminds me of that game when you played as a thumb, was it?
Played as a thumb? Which one?
Pinky.
Oh, Promise Mascot Agency? Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little. Like, it's got that kind of, like, weird, surrealist tone. Yeah, definitely. So... But I really love it. Like, I love stuff like this. Like, I love stuff that just is the single vision of a single person, you know? And it's why I play video games. Like, I just, you know, I love it. Anyway, Mr. Sleepy Man, check it out. And also, you have to hear the theme song for the game. The Mr. Sleepy Man theme song is
it's really good.
Yeah. So, okay. That is a brief rundown of the games that we've been playing.
Hour into the stream.
Yeah. Okay, we have a lot to talk about with Switch 2. We got a lot of questions and stuff. I think what we're probably going to do is go through the questions and use the questions to kind of like
guide
form our... Totally, yeah. I think that's going to be the way to go here. So let's just kind of go through the questions and like talk it out. And we'll talk out the Switch 2 stuff. Obviously, today is day 1 of Switch 2. The Switch 2 just came out. Fulya's been at work selling it all day. We've been here.
Day 2 for Fulya.
Day 2 for Fulya, that's right, because Fulya is somehow in the future. We've been playing it all day and having a good time. We were on stream. I think, like, it's funny. Uncle Tim, shout outs to Uncle Tim, posted a picture in the Discord. Did y'all see this picture in the Discord that Uncle Tim posted? He had all of our streams up at once. So it was like...
I saw that picture, yeah.
It was like Sean streaming on Carpool, Lachlan's stream, my stream, like everybody all up at once, and Mitch's stream too.
I didn't see that. I'm looking for it now.
We're all playing together, and he has all of the streams up. It was awesome. So yeah, we've been just hanging out. You know, we hung out for probably like 5 hours earlier today, just playing Mario Kart and having a good time. But let's get into things here with some of this stuff. So the first question here is from Quaggy, who says, "It is I." Wait, who the hell am I? in reference to last week, I think.
He forgot his intro. He forgot who he was.
Yeah.
For the first time in how many weeks, how many shows, Quaggy has entered a question and has said the same intro that any of us could reiterate it back to you. Hi, it is I, the Quaggy King of the Xenobabes. He did not put it in last week.
I think he mentioned that he was like on the road or something like that. And he forgot.
He didn't do it.
Yeah. So here he is. He doesn't know who he is. Question for the show while I try to remember. Will y'all just be playing Mario Kart World in game chat for 2 hours instead of podcasting? If not, as Reggie would say, what's wrong with you? I'm making sure my princesses will not be listening, as it's been very spicy but very entertaining these past couple weeks. That reminds me, it is I, the Quaggy, King of the Xenobabes, signing out.
Thank you.
Very, very good. Thank you, Quaggy. Lachlan, have you had a chance to check out game chat yet?
I have not. Literally, Mario Kart World is the only thing I've looked at so far.
Okay. So I went to my GameStop last night. And we won't get super into the weeds. I had a terrible experience picking up my Switch 2. I'm just going to be so real. It was awful. I was there everybody was there for way longer than they should have had to be. And I feel bad complaining about it because as bad as my experience was, Sean's was way worse. So I don't want to like belabor that point too much, but I did finally get home with it. And I fired up my stream where I unboxed it. And at a certain point, after I kind of like showed the process of getting it all set up, and I wound up getting the Switch 2, the Pro Controller 2, and the camera for the Switch 2. And at a certain point, I wanted to check out game chat. and see how that all works. So had my friend Adam and Andros from the Nintendo Pals, shout outs to Andros, who does listen to the show. They came through and they jumped into game chat with me so that we could test it out. And I'm going to just pull up my stream from yesterday where I basically just like was testing out the camera and seeing how it worked. And there I am with my camera. There they are, like in our game chat. And at a certain point, like we start screen sharing like our gameplay with each other and stuff. And there's Andros streaming Tears of the Kingdom for Adam and I to watch. Adam at a certain point started streaming Cyberpunk. And I'm just like watching Adam play Cyberpunk, you know? And, you know, I gotta hand it to him. In the footage that they showed in the trailers, over the, you know, whatever, couple of months that we've been waiting on Switch 2, it looked like it was running terribly. In practice, it's not nearly as bad as it looked in the trailers. Like, it's totally fine. Like, it's not
Maybe
like...
it was just their game capture.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's not perfect. Like, it definitely is, you know... It definitely is like lower fidelity than they're seeing on their screen. But, like, it works totally fine. I was pretty impressed with it. And the cool thing is like, we're just hanging out in voice chat. And, you know, there was all this talk about you can run a blender while, like, you know, in the background, it'll filter it out. Andros literally looked up a video of a blender, like, sound, and held it up near his Switch to see if it would do it. And we heard nothing. Like, it did. It filtered it out. Like,
that is so... Okay, that was actually very fascinating for me when I was watching your stream.
It's kind of amazing. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, I gotta be so real with you guys. Like, coming into this, I didn't really care about game chat. I was like, this is neat, but I'm probably never gonna use it. But, like, it kind of rules. It's kind of really good. And yeah, like, now I'm going into Mario Kart World, and you don't have to have... Like, you can have it still be full screen for you and, like, show it to your friends. Like, you don't have to, like, have that little game chat screen up the whole time. So they're watching me play while I have my stuff full screen, and it shows you at the bottom right there, like, whoever's talking, you know? It's really cool. Like, it works great.
I like that they're a little, because they don't have cameras, or even yours was doing this too, your little icon for your... account would move when you're talking.
Yeah, it kind of bounces.
Right.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cute.
Yeah, it just, like, it works great. And they're watching me play because, like, there's this weirdness because, like, I had my Mario Kart was in, like, a code, and like theirs was, like, tied to their system. Like, they had to go to the eShop, and, like, it would just say, like, this Switch 2 can play Mario Kart, you know?
Yeah, mine was a code as well. Interesting.
Yeah, mine was like a scratch off code. And I've seen others like Drew from the House of Mario. Shout outs to Drew. He did his unboxing, and his was a code in a box, but it was not a scratch off. It was like a printed code. But then for them, they didn't have a code. Like, they went to the eShop and it was just available. But because of that, they couldn't download it until like 3 a.m. It wasn't until like midnight Pacific time that they could actually download it. So I'm sitting here playing it, and they're just watching me wishing they could play it while I'm streaming it in game chat. And like, yeah, we hung out for like 2 hours, just like hanging out in game chat, talking to each other while they're watching me play Mario Kart. And it was really seamless. There was no like, it never like disconnected. There was no lag to it or anything like that. It was awesome. Like, and the audio quality on the Switch 2 microphone is solid. Like, it's actually pretty good. I was just really impressed by the entire thing. Like, they pulled it off. And because it's like at the system level, like they've worked game chat into the OS, like it feels like you're not going to a separate window, pulling up some other app. Like, it's just there. You just hit a button and it's there, you know? That is like the sleeper function of the Switch 2 for me. Like, the whole system's been cool and fun to play with. That's the one function where I was like, I didn't think I was going to care about this. And it's low-key really cool. So, yeah, shoutouts to Game Chat. It's neat. So,
yeah, I wanted to hear about your experience of it. That's the only blurb I heard was you saying like how long they y'all did it for. And I was like, oh, seriously? That long?
It was genuinely really cool. And like my thought process was like, why wouldn't I just get on Discord still? You know? And I guess that's true, but like I've definitely had a couple of moments where I want to like be on the couch playing in handheld, you know what I mean, and still hang out with my friends. Game chat kind of allows for that, you know, and you can do game share with the game chat too. Like all of that stuff like seamlessly in there. I'm thinking about applications like if we're doing like free roam together in Mario Kart and I can like show you where I'm at like in the world, you can see my screen and stuff. It's neat, man. Like it's really cool. So yeah, shouts to game chat. Yeah, Sarthina says Discord minimum age is 13. They do, I will say this, to age gate game chat, they do require you to register a phone number with game chat so that you don't just have like 5-year-olds on game chat. So there is that. You have to put in your phone number. So that's maybe a little weird. Like that was kind of odd. Like I don't know if I want to give Nintendo my phone number, but it's there. Yeah. Yeah. Pat says, how's the sound quality on game chat? It's great. Like it sounds good. Like it doesn't sound any worse than like if you're on a phone call with somebody, you know, like sounds good. Yeah. Sarthia says kids have phones. I think it's just Nintendo's like best way of having some kind of circumvention. Like they probably know that they don't have a perfect way to keep kids off of game chat or whatever, but you can also go in and like select who you want to like be able to invite you to game chat. It is exclusive to your friends list. Like I can't just get into a game chat room with randos. It is only people on your friends list, and they have like literally when you're setting it up, let me see if I can find it on my stream, if I can find it easily. They have like a screen that's like who do you want to allow to invite you to game chat? Yeah, here it is. Hang on a second. Like select friends to approve for game chat. Like it gives me like my whole list of friends here, which is funny. Yeah, they have parental controls too. Yeah. Here we go. So there you go. And you can have like your whole friends list there and select who you want to allow to
picking all the lockliths.
Yeah, all the lockliths. You're allowed to invite me to game chat. All the various lockliths. So pretty cool. I think it's way more thoughtful and well considered and well integrated into the system than I was expecting. And I like the camera too. Like the camera is like it's really small. I actually have it right here.
You got the regular standard one, not the other third party.
Yep.
One.
It's this little guy. Yeah. Little tiny little camera.
Small.
It is. Yeah, it's really tiny. It's like, I mean, it's probably the same height as my Blue Yeti. You know?
Oh, okay.
Like it's not a large camera, and like the actual like lens of the camera is really small. It's got like a privacy thing. You can turn it like on or off. You can close it, you know, or open it. And yeah, it's good. Like it's actually like it's metal. Like it's not like a little plastic dinky thing.
Oh, I'm kind of surprised by that. I thought for sure it'd be plastic.
No, it's like an actual metal stand. Not a large footprint on the desk or anything. It's great. I don't know. I'm pretty impressed. So I'm looking forward to playing like Mario Party with it. So yeah, really cool.
I think that's the only way that I would get that is to play the Jamboree game. But I don't know. I'm still on the fence. They already upsold me on this Switch 2 Pro controller.
But hey, that Pro controller rules, man.
You were right. Seth was Seth was right. It's really nice. I really like it.
It's nice. Those thumbsticks, I don't know what the hell they're doing with these thumbsticks, you guys.
I don't know. I have mine right here.
I do too. These thumbsticks are crazy, man.
They feel so smooth and buttery.
Yeah.
They don't make a lot of sound. Like there's no sound.
They make no sound. Yeah.
I do wish, since we're on this real quick, I do wish that these match the colors of the Switch. Like this could be like that gray color, which that doesn't bother me. But like if they did the blue with the red like they did on the Switch 2.
I could see that. Yeah.
Just a little bit of personality, just something, not just black and white.
It's like I love the feeling of it. Like it has this kind of premium like soft plastic. It feels This is the way I've been describing it. If anybody's familiar with the Nintendo DSi from back in the day, it feels exactly like the DSi. Like that soft, like matte finish it has feels just like that. So, yeah, Yawn32 says, now that Lockless said it, everyone's going to go buy one. So there you go.
It's so buttery smooth. It's like velvet.
Yeah, as if I haven't been like screaming about the Pro Controller 2 for the past month. But no, it's great. All that stuff is great. And I'm sure we'll talk about that more in a second. A couple more questions here. So maybe this gets into kind of like Fulya's experience a little bit. Nagachaka comes in and says, how was everyone's experience with getting the sweet potato, aka the Switch 2 today? Today was beyond special for me because I took the day off work. My oldest son skipped school. We grabbed some McDonald's for breakfast while we waited in line at 7 a.m. to pick up the console and spent the day playing Mario Kart World together. And yeah, like those little special experiences playing Mario Kart World together, that's kind of what we spent most of our day doing today too. Lockleth, I know you went to the mall where you had yours pre-ordered this morning and picked yours up with very little issue. Should
we go into how easy my experience was?
You can. Go for it.
It was so simple, Seth. I'm glad you asked. Nagachaka also, great question. Love to hear it. So I went an hour after they opened. There was 15 other people in line ahead of me. This was a GameStop in a mall, so I got to stand outside, or not outside. I got to stand inside a mall, outside of the store. Was not hot. Was actually kind of a nice day.
Nice.
And stood there. By the time I got there and by the time I left, it was like an hour. So it wasn't very long. The only thing I was nervous about, and I was a little bit prepared for, was that my dad did not go with me. Now, Jammy, as everyone knows him, went ahead and pre-ordered it on my behalf. So it was under his name. It was under his phone number. It was used by his card. I was able later on to do the trade-in to get $100 off for my Switch Lite. I was able to do that by myself. So I was pretty confident that it would work fine this time. But after hearing others' experience last night,
can't imagine what you're talking about.
I was nervous about it. And so I went to the nursing home on my way. Actually, it wasn't even on my way. I had to go 20 minutes out of my way, which was the only inconvenience I had this morning, which is not much of a complaint. Get my dad's driver's license from him in case they needed driver's license proof that I am, that's my dad, And then I went 20 minutes back the other direction, so 40 minutes to get to the mall, and then stood in line and walked up like I knew what was going on, Seth. I walked so confidently. I don't know if I just got the right guy that was checking people out, or I will say, this is a pro tip to just girlies. I'm sorry. We do use ourselves in certain ways if we want to get what we want. Okay. I picked my outfit very strategically. I am wearing...
Okay.
I'm wearing leggings.
Okay.
And a very tight t-shirt. Very strategically, because I didn't want nobody to ask me no questions. Listen, I ain't afraid to look nicer if I want something. But I didn't have to say anything. I just literally walked up confident. He did not ask me for a driver's license. He literally said my dad's name to me, and I said yes. And I paid for my Switch right then and there, and then I went and stood to the little storage side thing, that the other door that they had, where they had two employees just handing them out, and I was just on my way. And they upsold me a Pro Controller, warranty for a year, and one of those tempered glass protectors for my Switch 2.
The tempered glass screen protectors, man. Okay, I said I wasn't going to rant too much. I'm going to rant a little bit.
Oh,
okay.
Yes.
So, all right.
Here we go.
So, I got there. Now, mind you, my stuff was all completely paid off, and actually was like my transaction was finalized. And this is a system that's been going on since I worked at GameStop. I'm talking. I haven't worked at. Sean says, I guess it was my fat ass that was the issue. So. Who knows? But when I worked at GameStop, I haven't worked at GameStop since 2013. We were doing this pre-ring system even back then, where people, if you had like a pre-order and we're doing a midnight release, basically what you do is you come in and you finalize your transaction. So that way, when you come back up to pick up your game, you just show me your receipt, I hand you the game and you leave. There's no like, you're not having to like do your debit card or do like a trade or anything. It's already all done, you know, and it just makes things move smoothly, you know? And if it's a console launch, typically what we'll do when I worked there is we would set all of the consoles and everything that people were getting up in the back, and say Locklith comes in to finalize her transaction, I would write, say, 23 or something on her receipt, and then on the console that is meant for her, I would put that number on there. And then when she comes to pick it up, I just grab it, I hand it to her, and she leaves, right? Here at my store, they had everybody, first of all, like piling into this GameStop with no rhyme or reason, like nobody managing the line or anything like that. There had to have been 100+ people just sardine can in this GameStop, coughing and all this stuff. And so they had people literally lining up along the wall to the GameStop to the back room, where the manager was just in the back room taking people's receipts, but he was associated to their names. So he had to go through, and everybody was like, okay, what's your name? Saw the name on the receipt, had to go back and fish through all the Switch 2s and look for the right name. And then, so it took forever to get everybody situated. Now, I mentioned this on the show when I pre-ordered my Switch 2, that the guy had like snuck on some warranties onto my receipt and everything. Like he just,
yes,
and I had mentioned that. Right. And I didn't ask for them. Right. Now, I took care of my stuff earlier that day when I was finalizing my transaction. I said, hey, I don't want this. I never asked for it. Give me my money back. And so they did that, and that was fine. But there were some people there that didn't realize that. And so they go to finalize their transaction that night, and they're like, what do you mean I owe you an extra $90? You know what I mean? Because they're like trying to have people get these warranties that they never asked for. And so when I went to cancel my warranties, they were like, oh, but if you get the warranty, we give you a free screen protector. And I literally told them, yeah, I can get one for like $7 on Amazon. Like, what's your point? You know? Literally told him that, you know? And so I'm like, no, I want my money back. It's fine, you know? And there were people that were there that did get like sold that said, you know what? Yeah, sure. I'll keep the warranty if it gets me a free screen protector. They sold more warranties than they had screen protectors. So there were people that said, you know what? Yeah, sure. I'll get your stupid warranty so I get the screen protector. And they couldn't even help them. And so they had to cancel them anyways. So what wound up happening is you have like all of this complication. It's holding up the line. They're having to like do all of this stuff at the midnight release. I didn't get home until almost 1 a.m. Like, and they started selling them at 11 my time. So it was terrible, just horribly mismanaged, terrible experience. But when I got it home, it was all fine. Like the setup process for me was pretty easy. Transferring my stuff to my Switch 2 was pretty easy. And I've had a great time with it ever since. But the experience of like pre-ordering it, the experience of picking up my pre-order, terrible. Absolutely terrible. Yes, Locklith.
Did I mention they had a bag of candy at the counter and I got some free Skittles?
Yeah. Now Argo mentions my Switch was delivered by Walmart at my door at 5 a.m. Did you see this? Walmart is giving people like Pringles and Coke.
Yeah, that's what Bowser got.
It's kind of awesome. Like I thought that was really cute.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they were like delivering it to people and like, here's some Pringles and here's a Coke. Like go enjoy your game, sweetie. It's like your mom packed your lunch, you know? It's kind of nice. So, but that was not my experience. But it is what it is. I got it home, and then yeah, Sean's experience is a whole other story because Sean couldn't get his last night because he had the same thing as you. Like he pre-ordered it with Chelsea's, his wife's Edge card. And because of that, Sean waited in this long line. He finally gets to the point where he's picking it up and they wouldn't let him pick it up. He had to come back with Chelsea this morning to pick it up. So horrible, just horrible, because GameStop sucks, man. It really sucks. Anyway, I want to pitch it to you, Fulya, because you work in retail, electronics retail specifically, and you've been dealing with the launch of the Switch 2, and I just want to know how it's been going down there, because I know the pre-ordering experience in Australia has been totally smooth. like this whole time. So has the launch been smooth or has it been crazy?
So I'm going to paint you a bit of a picture here because the store that I work at, like the demographic isn't really like big in gaming.
Sure.
So for our pre-orders, yes, we had quite a lot of people who pre-ordered the Switch 2. Now, for me, I work in back of house. I work in operations of the store, which means I actually handle the deliveries of the stock that comes in. So usually what happens when there is a new release coming through, Nintendo generally will send out the stock 2 days prior to release, just to stop any kind of, embargo, like people breaking those embargoes. Yeah, essentially. So when the stock came in, my coordinator got the delivery and then ended up passing it on to me because he knows that I will actually get the stock processed properly and attach any pre-orders to them if there is any and just get it all done and out of the way because that's usually priority. So I processed all the stock and made my little stack, my area. And I had to come up with this, I needed to figure out a system to make it as smooth as possible so that people coming in to pick up their pre-orders wasn't going to have a terrible time and the staff wasn't going to be confused because there was 2 Switch SKUs. One was just the Switch and the other one was the Mario Kart bundle. So I had to make it as stupid proof as possible so that no one got confused.
Imagine that. A little thoughtfulness and ingenuity. Imagine that. Wow.
Yeah. So this is how my brain worked. So I ended up having to make a pile of pre-ordered allocated stock. And then if there were any leftover stock, that was a different pile. And I also had to make sure that they were separated by their SKUs as well, because we know that sales staff can be a bit stupid and they might end up selling the wrong thing. So, so I had to make sure that was a thing. Now, granted, for our store specifically, all of the standard Switch 2s that didn't come with Mario Kart were already allocated. So we didn't have that we didn't have that problem. We had spare Mario Kart bundles. And so I had to think about what is going to make it as easy and as smooth as possible for launch day so that people coming in to pick up their orders, it's not going to be confusing. The staff can just ask for the name and then we just grab the stock, we take it to the counter, Bob's your uncle, they're out of here. So there were pre-orders for customers who had also ordered accessories with their console. And so to make that easier as well, I decided that what if I just put everything into a bag? Console plus accessories, if they bought games, that goes in too. And then attach the slip, the pickup slip on the front of the bag, alphabetize it so that it was easier to just go through it all, and then grab it and go.
Yes.
So this is how I work. That's how our store's pre-orders launch day ran. I made it as smooth as possible so that we didn't have any hiccups. And the ones that only just bought the pre-order, just the console itself, I didn't want to make a mess of it by attaching the slips on the consoles because there was a lot of consoles. And it was going to get confusing and messy if I had all these slips and then people having to move stock around. So I thought, you know what? No. We're going to put all these slips on a clipboard. Alphabetize it by surname because their surname comes up at the bottom of the sheet and they can just flick through. And then we put the allocated stock in one pile so that when the staff at the counter say, hey, have you got John Smith's console out the back for pickup? All right, cool. Let me flick through. Find Smith, all right, is it a John Smith? Cool. Grab the slip, grab the console they ordered, take it to the counter. That is it. And then it was up to the sales staff if they wanted to attach anything to it, like any accessories, warranty, whatever. That was our day. Our day, and the other thing I will mention, our store opened an hour early for people to come in We had no queues at our store.
Really?
No one, we opened an hour early. No one was queuing up to come in to pick up their Switches. Where I live, everybody was laid back. They're like, oh, it's pre-ordered, it's fine, I'll pick it up whenever I'm ready. That is essentially what
None
that
of
was.
that American panic over there.
We, honestly, we could have opened at 9 a.m. and we would have still had no queues.
Wow.
Like, it was that quiet.
Right.
Honestly, it didn't pick up until maybe after 10 a.m. For people coming in to pick up their Switches. If they're coming in, there were also people who walked in to see if they can just buy one.
Right.
Which some were lucky they did get a chance to do that, but others were unlucky. The other thing was that we only got a limited stock of Pro controllers and they were already pre-ordered.
Right.
There was no spares to sell. So that was my experience in retail as a worker on a console launch day. And this is the first time that I actually worked a proper launch day.
Okay.
Now, I did actually start working at this company the week that the PS5 and the Series X and S launched. That's how I remember when I started working there, was the week of the PS5 and Xbox Series release.
And you
Right.
witnessed
But I
all the
wasn't-
chaos, and you were like, no, I'm doing it better next time.
Yeah, so that release was insane because of the shortage of consoles and how many people were after the place. So that was crazy, in itself. But this is my first proper, okay, I'm the one who's making sure everything works fine. It's going to be smooth sailing for everyone, including the staff. And my managers were so impressed with me and were very grateful and appreciative of the hard work and effort I went into doing this. Because I also liaised with them as well to make sure that I was doing it right and getting ideas from them and saying, all right, how about if we do it this way? Okay, maybe we'll do it another way or whatever. So I wanted to make sure that this was done nice and easy. Now, granted, if I worked at a store that had a bigger customer sort of footprint, that would have been a different story, and they would have had their own way of getting it all done so that the process was easier. Because my store is a smaller, the demographics not that big in terms of gaming, I had an easy job to do, honestly.
Sure.
But my manager was so impressed, and this is kind of where I kind of give myself a pat on the back for this one. They were so impressed that they gave me a voucher to the store of $30.
Oh, nice.
Thank you so much for organizing all of this.
That's
and,
awesome.
Absolutely grateful for the work that you've done. And it was like a little bonus
I love that.
from them. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, here's the deal, man. And I want to make it very, very clear. I worked for GameStop for a long time. I have a ton of sympathy for retail employees. A ton. I know what it's like. I've worked a bunch of that stuff, right? I've been in GameStop, store management level at GameStop for console launches exactly like this. So, I get it. I've been on the other side of the counter, and it sucks. It's tough, but my point is that, and I these are all underpaid employees that work for a terrible company. They're making minimum wage. They have their hours are very stringent. I get it. It sucks. With that being said, it takes people like you, Fulya, who have a little bit of common sense, a little bit of ingenuity, a little bit of that actually care about the customer experience and the employee experience to make it easier for everybody. It's like a help me, help you kind of situation. And nobody wants to the employees don't want to be there all night dealing with this junk, and neither do the customers. So it's a win-win to just these things have been figured out. These are, we call them in retail, it's called best practices. We have best practices. We've figured this stuff out. I don't understand why you don't just consult the playbook. It's like sports, man. We got the playbook. We know it works. Why isn't everybody doing it the same way? Because I know some people, even in our community, they're I had a totally smooth experience at GameStop. It's why can't we have a little bit of consistency,
Yeah.
Anyway, not to get on a whole rant about it or whatever, but my God, man, it's a pain.
I am definitely that type of person who actually cares about the customer experience more so than a lot of other employees.
Right.
And I make sure that, the stock is presentable. It's got the right price and SKUs on them. It goes out in its, the condition that it should be. So I care about the customer experience as much as I do just my role in general. So as much as I'm not having the best of times working in retail at the moment, I still care.
You still take pride in your work. Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely, man. I mean, like that, and that's all it is. Like, it's not. I feel like it's a solved problem. Like, that's what frustrates me about it. Is I'm like, this is a solved problem. Like, why are we creating more problems for ourselves, for our customers? It makes no sense. So, but I'm
and I gave
glad
myself
that it went
today off.
There you go, man. Yeah, good for you. I'm glad that it went smoothly over there. And in general, like, because over here, and we got to give Nintendo a little bit of credit, I think, for the amount of stock that there is. If people want a Switch 2, they can get a Switch 2. You know what I mean? Like, there were all these rumors of Nintendo like stockpiling, and like it was like all this talk of like, oh, actually it was supposed to release last holiday, but they like pushed it so that they could pile more stock up and stuff like this. Whatever they decided to do, it was clearly the right call because people are lining up to buy this thing and they have the stock to sell them. Like, and that is, it's the kind of thing where regardless of all the conversations about price and stuff like this, Nintendo was going to sell as many of these as they made. And so they made a lot of them, and they were ready to answer that call. And I think they deserve some credit for that, man.
Yeah. So. Our store also ended up yesterday just selling out of all of the extra stock that we had of the console as well. So the next wave of consoles that will be coming in may have come in today on my day off, but it could be coming next week. We don't know. So people who will be wanting Switch 2s now will have to wait till when they come in.
Like if you wanted to get one, you probably could have gotten one. You know what I mean? Like it's
probably could have, yeah.
It's pretty nice. Like that wasn't, like, to your point about PS5 and like Xbox, dude, it was a nightmare. Like people were like people were doing like shady dealings for PS5s and whatnot. It was crazy, dude. There were all these shortages and stores were getting like 10 units, and like they a lot of stores had like extras, like Best Buy, Target, GameStop. Like they were saying like, hey, like if you show up on launch day, we have extras, And again, that's all just supply. This is a situation where supply met demand, and I think that's great. Like I think that's kudos.
And not to sort of toot my own horn either, but it also comes down to the retailers, the staff that work there, to actually sort out how they're going to be processing these orders to make it a lot more of a smoother experience for the customer. And from hearing everything that happened out of North America, I'm kind of glad I work where I work in the country that I work in, because we don't have that problem here. Like, I don't understand why there's such a giant panic for it, and why nobody really kind of puts in a little bit more thought into how it's going to be run, and how it's all processed. It should be just an easier experience for everyone, including the staff. So, yeah.
Agreed. Yep, completely agreed. So, yeah, varying experiences to picking up the Switch 2, but I'm just glad that the people that wanted it got it. We have it now. We're in this kind of new era where we're able to play games together, and I just it was a lot of fun, and just hanging out and playing Mario Kart with people today, and I'm excited to it does. It feels like a new chapter, and I'm excited about all that stuff. Okay, let's answer a couple more questions from the folks here, and I have a little bit of a thing I want to close out with maybe, but we'll talk about it when we get there. Here's a question from Nonos. Nonos asks, how do you guys feel about the new system sounds, like the button clicks, etc., and how about that eShop? Lachlan, have you spent any time on the new eShop yet? What do you think? Oh, she's muted. Hang on, please hold. She's figuring it out.
Yeah, I was muted because my mom was bringing Luna in here, and so I didn't want her to make a loud sound. I haven't spent any time yet on the eShop. I literally, I got home. Yes, my experience was really great. Picking up my Switch, yes. But today was a day of I do not want any frustration. So I took my time doing stuff. I unboxed it. I unboxed my controller. I had like lunch before even like starting up the system whatsoever.
Good for you. Yeah.
And so I literally just, the only thing I did was scratch off to reveal my Mario Kart World code, downloaded it, and made a me. I made me on the system.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
I actually haven't done that. Is it any different?
No, it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the
yeah.
same. I can't remember if they had an expanded color palette like they do now, but if they didn't, that's the only difference that I remember. Like it's all the same body parts.
Yeah.
But
yeah, okay.
I can't think of a better way of saying that. But everything seemed pretty much the same for that. But yeah, I made my me, downloaded the game, and just played Mario Kart World for like 2 hours today. That's literally all. So I'll probably play more in the morning and actually download other games tomorrow too, like Totkey, Animal Crossing, of course. I think I'm gonna get that set up. I'm gonna be setting up a lot of games tonight and probably tomorrow morning, of ones I want to play. Not what am I currently playing. What do I want to play? You know?
Your front log, you might say.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Let me tell you, that eShop, greatly improved eShop. I'm just gonna say it right now. It works. The eShop works now. It is like, and you'll see me kind of like here on my video, like going through it. It's not laggy anymore. You can actually get on there and like look for stuff. When you go to like a game's page, it's all laid out cleanly. It plays a little video and everything.
The video actually plays.
Yeah, the video plays. There's sound. It kind of just works. It gives you actually tailored recommendations every week, which is cool. Like tailored to your taste or whatever. Now that being said, it did recommend Sean play Sonic Mania, so there's that. So it can't be all that good. But look, it works. Like they have a functioning eShop for the time being. And I gotta say, like that, I still do want them to do things like a cart, for example, would be sick, you know? But look, I'm pretty thrilled with the way it works on Switch 2. It's great. And then Nonos mentions all the little noises, like all the little like sounds when you go into the different menus.
So cool. Yeah, the music, like the idle music on stuff is good too. Mm-hmm. And I like the kind of purpley blue, almost like a rainbow-esque color. Where you see where certain things are highlighted that you know what you're about to press A for. Like I even like that. It's kind of like bringing that Mario Wonder like color scheme to the new system, which I think is neat.
It was totally unintentional, but like I recently put like a little circle frame around my camera on my stream. Yeah. And it kind of is that same vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Completely.
It is.
Completely unintentionally. And like there it is. Like it all looks and feels great and satisfying. They really crushed it with all that stuff. So yeah, very good. We have a question from Clayton Dwyer specifically about Mario Kart World. Any favorite costumes in Mario Kart World so far? I'm loving Peach's sightseeing outfit. She's so pretty. Any favorites? Anything that you've seen so far? And Fulya, if you've seen anything that you can think of too, yeah, no worries. Yeah, any favorites stand out to you, Lachlan?
Well, the one that I was excited for, and I actually unlocked today within the amount of time that I played, was Luigi's farmer outfit.
Oh, nice.
Yes, that's the only one. Yes, it looks a little strange when you're wearing the crown on top of the straw hat, but I don't win very often, so I don't have to worry about that.
That's fair.
But I love the farmer outfit for him. But I only played as the penguin at the start until Yawn 32 told me that if you play as the main characters, you get the food bags, right? And use those.
Right.
And that's how you unlock the skins or whatever.
Right.
I need to start looking for the Princess Peach like coins too that are in like the lobby area, I guess. You can explore that world without being in a lobby for Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I might have to do some of that tomorrow.
just normal free roam. You can do that with friends too. Like you guys can just go around the open world together if you want to. Yeah, so you have like the P switches, the little blue P switches that you hit that have the little challenges. You have the Daisy medallions, and then you have these like the question block things that you can hit that are kind of like hidden around the world. And when you complete them, you get little stickers that you can attach to your like profile. So when we were racing,
okay, I didn't know what those stickers were for.
So whenever we were like racing today, when you saw my name like in the leaderboard, there's a little like Paullin like icon next to my name, you know. So stuff
Penelope?
like that. Little Penelope icon. I'll see if I can find footage of it. I will say my favorite that I've found so far, and there's a ton of like costumes in the game. My favorite that I've found so far is actually one for Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. has this costume that looks like it reminds me of like the kid from Up, Russell from Up, like this little Boy Scout like explorer outfit for Bowser Jr., where his shell has like little patches like all over the back of it, like little Boy Scout patches. And he's got a little like, you know, neckerchief kind of thing, and it's little hat. It's really, really cute. That's probably my favorite one so far. So there's a lot of good ones. Here, this is probably gonna be really tiny looking on the stream, but I'll see if you guys can make out what I'm talking about here. I don't know if you can see right next to my name there. There's like a little Paullin like sticker.
Oh.
And like next to Sean, it has like the 1UP fuel thing and everything, and next to Kev, it has the 12. Like you unlock those. There's hundreds of them in the game. And you can attach them like to your profile when you're racing with people.
Okay, that's what I need to do then. Yeah, I looked afterwards in the menu. I was like, what are all these stickers for?
Yeah. And what you do when you're in the character selection menu, you hit plus, and you can select whatever sticker you want. So, very cool. Okay. Last question. I thought maybe we could stick on this for a few minutes and talk about this a little bit. Because I have some mixed emotions about this. This last question comes to us from Yawn32, who says, anyone else been emotional this week saying bye to Switch Juan? And I thought it'd be fun to share like maybe some favorite Switch Juan memories and stuff like this, but I gotta be honest with you guys. I feel weird about this. I feel weird about this whole like let's say goodbye to Switch Juan thing, because for whatever reason, it doesn't feel like that to me, you know, like because of the way this generation has been rolled out, it's very different from other console generations. It's not like a clean break, forget Switch One, we're on to this. Like it feels like an extension of the Switch One generation to me. Like, and I think it's because of the way Nintendo has like kind of seamlessly integrated. Like, guys, like when I did the system transfer from my Switch 1 to my Switch 2, it basically just turned my Switch 2 into my Switch 1. Like, everything carried over. It's all great. All my stuff, like, runs as good or better on it. Like, it just... Like, it feels like we're carrying on Switch 1 versus, like, completely removing it. It feels different than, like, PS4 to PS5, for example. Even though PS5 is backwards compatible... Sony didn't extend the ecosystem and organically morph it into this new generation in the way that Nintendo has. Nintendo, I think, has taken really great lengths to make Switch 2 a very organic and natural upgrade to the thing that you've already loved for the past 8 years. And so in that way, like, and I understand why everybody's like talking about this sort of thing, but it's not hitting me that same way. And I even thought about maybe this week, like, for a second, I was like, maybe we'll talk about, like, our favorite Switch 1 games and stuff. But, like that's kind of a nebulous thing, right? Because games like Prime 4, games like Pokemon Legends, games like Tamagotchi Life and Rhythm Heaven, like, those are going to be Switch 1 games. And so it kind of feels weird to say that we're saying goodbye to the Switch 1 when we still have Switch 1 games coming out into next year, you know? So it doesn't really feel like it's over for me yet. Like it feels like a new chapter in the same story. Does that make sense? Are y'all feeling any of that?
I definitely feel that because for one, two, my OLED and my Animal Crossing Edition Switches have islands on it that I'm not saying goodbye to yet.
Right.
So I will be playing those on there and then starting a new island on the new Switch too, because of course I am. I am broken.
Of course. Yeah.
So yes, for me, obviously, in Tomodachi Life, I'm going to be playing that too. I'm still going to be having my fun with the original ones. Now, I will mention on the transfer thing that you brought up, Seth, I did try to do that, but I got to a point in it where I had to cancel doing it that way, instead adding my account to it, later, because it asks you to have that original system close to.
Right.
And the account that I was using that was going to pull everything over was from my Switch Lite that I had turned in back in April. Like, I don't even have that thing with me anymore. So I couldn't do that transfer, which is kind of why I'm upset that ended like the way it did. Like, why didn't they do that up until, I don't know. Anyways, yeah. I couldn't do it that way. So I'm going to have to go in and add the games that I want to add. But it's also like a little bit of a cleaner, I don't know. I'm really just going to put the ones on there that I want to put on there type of thing for me. But no, I'm still going to be playing on my other 2 Switches now. So, but now I have 3 Switches that I could stream off of instead of just 2.
Yeah. Well, like, and Fulya, like, you're not, you don't have a Switch 2 yet. And you're kind of, you're not necessarily sold on it, getting it on day one. You've talked about that on this show before. And like, it's Nintendo, I think a lot of people have looked at Nintendo and compared them to other companies like Microsoft and like PlayStation who are talking about like, like not having like these hard cutoff generational things and telling people that, hey, it's still viable to have a Nintendo Switch. Like, I think Nintendo has found a way to make that work for them. And I don't think you can really compare it to like an Xbox One situation. I think that if you wanted, like, no, seriously, if you wanted to just be a Switch One owner and you felt that way, like, you could, and that's completely fine, at least for a while. And so I don't know, like for you, Fulya, the Switch One literally isn't over yet.
No, it isn't. I still have mine, my standard one, both my Animal Crossing edition and just the original neon colored ones. They're still living in the living room. They're still there. I'm still trying. Well, that's the thing. That's the other thing too. I haven't really been playing much on my Switch. And so that was another factor into why I didn't end up getting the Switch 2 like straight off the bat, just because if I'm not playing on the console as much as I used to, then what's going to be the thing that's going to really get me back into it again? So at this particular moment, it's more of a I don't really need it right now kind of a situation, because I have been more of a PC gamer lately and PlayStation gamer more than I have been on Nintendo. And I have my Steam Deck as well, which has been my primary handheld gaming device right now. So at the moment, like, don't get me wrong, I am feeling the worst FOMO I have ever had, seeing everybody playing Mario Kart World together, and I'm just sitting here being like, I don't have one. But I'm still happy for everybody else who has it and that are, they're excited about it and they're having fun with it. But for me right now, with the limited catalog of Switch 2 exclusive games, and ones that haven't even been released yet, I really don't have the need to put down 769 Australian dollars
no kidding.
for the console.
And
that's the Mario Kart bundle. So I can't just, fork up that much money for a console that I'm not going to be using that much right now. So at the moment, I'm just waiting until, I know the hype probably won't die down quickly, but I'm let it ease off a little bit.
Sure.
I might wait until maybe Black Friday sales kind of come around. There might be some better deals happening during that time where, they might still have the Mario Kart bundle. There's even a possibility they might bring out limited edition kind of Switches, kind
eventually,
of like what they did with
sure.
the AC&H ones.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of waiting for that. So that might actually sell me. Not to mention the fact, now that I mentioned Animal Crossing and the fact that I'm wearing all this Animal Crossing attire, I am really hoping that by the time I actually do want to buy a Switch 2, that maybe there's an announcement for a new Animal Crossing game.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm really hoping for. Because that's what really got me back into the sort of Nintendo gaming sort of sphere in terms of like I did end up buying my Switch Juan back in 2018. So again, I was not buying consoles day one. The only console that I feel like I bought that was launch window was my PS5. That's the only console I've ever bought sort of in that sort of time frame. Everything else has been either a year after its launch or a few years or maybe towards the end of its life cycle, you know, a la the 360, the Xbox 360. So, yeah, I'm just kind of waiting until either there's a better deal, there's more games being announced, maybe there's like a special edition or something like that. So for me right now, as jealous as I am of everybody else, I can wait, I can hold off, it's fine.
Yeah.
I still have my current Switches that I am able to still play the games I want to play on them. It's not like they've just said, hey, Nintendo's not like, hey, we're not making any more Switch games anymore. It's just Switch 2 now. They're still releasing games on the original console.
Right.
So
yeah, like
I'm okay with that.
If you wanted to play Pokemon, you still could. Like on Switch, it's obviously going to be like better on Switch 2, but like they are still catering to that market. And I want to make it clear too that I like Yawn 32's sentiment about like being emotional and everything. I completely understand why people feel this way. Like I completely get it. It's not hitting me in that same way, but I understand. I could see that perspective, and I think it is all a matter of framing and perspective for yourself because. You know, the Switch One, I mean, that's a special system. It's got all of us together in some way. I'm glad you bring up Animal Crossing. That game just comes up time and time again on this show and in this community as like this like connective game that like and brought so many people into Nintendo, into, you know, content creation, into the carpool gaming community in general. Like what a special moment that was for the Switch One. And, you know, as somebody that was day one coming into this thing, you know, it's funny because the Switch is so synonymous now. Like everybody, 160 million people or whatever have one. And, you know, it seems like a foregone conclusion now. When the Switch One came out, it was not a foregone conclusion. We were coming off of the Wii U and like, it was rough, man. It was like a desert. And that final year of the Wii U, it was tough. We were starving, and it is like it felt like a weird like experimental thing that we were excited about. But what if it sucks? What if it doesn't work? You know. And I remember just like getting it home, picked it up at midnight with my Breath of the Wild. I got my Breath of the Wild like collector's edition, all the amiibo and stuff. And from like the minute you boot up Breath of the Wild, like nope, this rules. Like it's magical. Like it's a magical thing. And they're recapturing that again here with Switch 2. And they're even like doing things like Yarden brings up in the chat, the fact that Animal Crossing loads faster on Switch 2, the fact that you can like go to like these congested dream islands and it's not 2 frames a second anymore on Switch 2. Like they're almost extending Switch 1's life onto Switch 2 because people can go on there. Mario Odyssey looks and runs better on Switch 2. Breath of the Wild, these like Nintendo Switch 2 editions of the games and the upgrade packs and all this stuff. Like Nintendo has done, I think, a really good job of making Switch 1 kind of bleed into Switch 2 in a way that feels organic and special, I think. And I don't know, it's really cool. And there are a lot of people even in our community that had plenty of like Switch 1 games they missed out on, and now they can finally play them and play them better on Switch 2. So it's like, I don't know, there's something to that, man. And yeah, like Yarden says, it's literally the Switch Pro. It kind of is literally the Switch Pro. Like it's not, you know, like it's bigger, better, and cleaner, and like everything is just kind of works. It's great, but it is still the Nintendo Switch, you know. So I don't know. Do you guys have any like special momes, any precious momes you want to shout out related to Switch Juan or anything? I do feel like one day we will have our big Viking funeral for Switch Juan, but I don't think that's tonight.
No,
you
there's
know,
not enough of us to do that. There's got to be more.
I think there will be time for it eventually, but I think maybe like let's let the body get a little cold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? First.
Yeah.
I got Fulya with that one.
Fulya, when you mentioned the possibility of like an Animal Crossing edition Switch 2, girl, I better be saving right now. Because you know for 100% I'm buying it. I don't
you're
care.
gonna get that.
Yeah. Oh, yes, please. Come on.
And you know it's going to cost like $50 or $100 more.
That'll be when I trade in my OLED, my original OLED, and I just keep my initial.
Yeah. Good point.
I'm already like spiraling. Like how am I gonna do this?
How many Switch 2s am I about to have?
Yeah. I don't know about any precious momes. It all goes back to Animal Crossing for me.
Yeah.
Reacting to like the specific, especially the last direct for that, the 2.0 update was just so much content all at once. I was overwhelmed. But even like when the New Horizons edition came out, I was super stoked to get that. And I don't know, I was like, I had FOMO looking at the Tears of the Kingdom version Switches that came out, like those limited edition stuff. I never played Splatoon, but those Splatoon Pro controllers looked really cool.
Really nice.
They're really good.
The Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, even though the game doesn't play well on those, and will probably play better on other things.
Hey, okay.
That edition was really good. Like the look of it looked really, really cool. I don't know. I can't say goodbye to it yet because I can't think of any precious moments right now because it's not goodbye. Like it's all three of them live in this vicinity. In fact, I need to get one of those rolling carts now next to my desk. I just talked about this earlier today. Something a little sturdier that they can all sit on, literally back to back to back, like all three of them.
Little family photo.
Yes, and then if I bring my Xbox over here, like all of my systems are like right here, literally a turn away from my desk. But yeah, Seth, what are you about to show us?
So I booted up Pokemon Violet on my stream today.
Okay.
I kicked off my stream today, like just throwing in a bunch of old games and just seeing how they run on Switch 2. And guys, Pokemon Violet runs well on Switch 2. It's actually like 60 frames. It still looks like crap, like graphically, but it actually this is always my test. Like I always go to this like lake area in Pokemon Violet because it was so choppy in the lake. Guys, it runs smooth on Switch 2. It's crazy. Like having having Pokemon Violet actually like work the way it should have always worked feels crazy on Switch 2. Like I don't know. I would make this a like recommendable game now. Like I could actually recommend people play Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on Switch 2. It's crazy. So, yeah. Anyway,
I traded mine in because it just wasn't great, and I don't know. For me, I kind of fell off the whole Pokemon thing after. I think Arceus was my favorite of the bunch that came out on Switch, and
me too.
I like Brilliant Diamond was cute and fun, but I traded that in along with my Pokemon Violet, especially since Pokemon Violet wasn't really running that great. So I was like, yeah, nah, I'm done with Pokemon for now.
It's running great now on Switch 2. It's crazy. Now, did they make us wait like 3 years and a whole other console to make it run well? Yes. And I don't want to praise them for that. However, it does run well on Switch 2. Like, so if you've been like waiting to play Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on Switch 2, you can do that. And you're going to have a way better experience than we had. So, yeah, I just wanted to shout that out real quick.
I may play Arceus on the Switch too, actually.
Yeah. I haven't thrown that in yet. I might need to try that. But like Echoes of Wisdom, or like EOW, if you like, runs way better on Switch 2. They actually patched in the ability to favorite echoes now. I know. Locklith is like,
it's
really?
like turning on the Bluetooth for headphones. Come on.
Yeah. So they have a system in there now. They patched it in to where you can favorite echoes and pull up just a favorites menu of the ones you actually use. So you don't have to dig through the menu anymore. Right, imagine that, right? So they have that now, and it's just, it's great. Like you know, I really like that a lot about the Switch 2, that people can now experience these games kind of the way they should be experienced, you know. So I don't know. Anybody want to, Fulya, do you have any Switch 1 moms or memories you wanna share before we wrap up?
Look, honestly, for me, I think it was Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. When growing up, I never really liked playing Mario Kart because I was never really good at it. I didn't have a console that I'd be able to play on it. So until until the lockdown, essentially, pretty much. And then I came across, Bobby's streams, and he was always streaming like community nights on his stream, and he was playing Mario Kart a lot.
Splatoon 2.
At that time, I didn't have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I could see how much fun everybody was having. And then I got hit with this FOMO, and I'm like, you know what, screw it. Let me just buy it. So I bought it digitally on the eShop, and I started playing with the community, and I kind of fell in love with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and that is the only Mario Kart game that I have loved ever since I can remember. Because of that reason. So I'm kind of grateful for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I am also grateful for the community that we're in because of that reason. And that's kind of my precious moment, I suppose, in that respect.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, let's not take anything away from the Nintendo Switch, right? The Nintendo Switch has some of the best games of all time on it. Straight up. When it comes to Nintendo, you have got like franchised best entries on the Nintendo Switch. The catalog, the first party games on the Nintendo Switch are staggering. And people who are coming into the ecosystem, who have been here since the beginning, who are just coming in with Switch 2, like, there's so many amazing games to play. It's wild. Like, it's crazy when you stop and think about it. Like, some of the games, like Kirby and the Forgotten Land's the best Kirby game. Mario Odyssey is the best Mario game. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. These are like some of the best Zelda games. Like, the list goes on and on and on and on. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know. I like Animal Crossing New Horizons, Mario Kart, shoutouts to ARMS, of course. Xenoblade. You know what I mean? Like, the list goes on, dude.
You know what? The other thing I will also mention, I never played Splatoon before, and then I ended up getting Splatoon 3, and it was fun. For the time that I played Splatoon 3, I was having so much fun with it. And, like, I didn't think that I would actually enjoy playing Splatoon. Yeah.
Yeah. It's it's a phenomenal system. And, like, the Switch 2 feels like an extension of that legacy. And it's really nice to be able to continue. I love that the community's excited about it. I love that we're playing these games together, that we're all able to enjoy it, that people are able to get it. Like, it's good vibes. And I know that there was a lot of like drama and like anxiety in the lead up to it, but now that we all finally have it, it feels nice. Like I'm feeling pretty good about it. Anyways.
Fulya, if you still want to do community games of Mario Kart 8, I'll play with you still.
Aw.
I'll call it my retro gaming day.
Retro gaming,
totally.
Wow. Oh no.
Look, toss it in the community, in the community hangouts. Like, people will do it if you build it.
How many people are still gonna have their?
There are people who didn't get Switch 2.
There was not a lot. To be fair, there was up to like maybe 5 people,
maybe 5 or 6
of us playing the new one. So like everyone else that has come forth to play the Mario Kart 8 are still there. So I'm sure they have the FOMO too and would love to play the original. Totally. And I'll go back and play it. Like I said, these Switches aren't going nowhere for me.
There you go. Mitch is in. So there you go. Yeah. I don't feel like any of these things are like obsolete. It's like we just turned a page in the book. We're not reading a new book. You know what I mean? That's how I feel anyway. Okay, well, we're running long, so we're going to go ahead and wrap up. Before we do all of the things, the physicals and the shout-outs and stuff, I'm going to quickly do a couple of things. First of all, I want to remind everybody who's watching us live, come back tomorrow on Twitch where we will be live reacting to Summer Game Fest. We're going to be live all weekend long. We're promoting Summer Game Fest. We're promoting our early Extra Life campaign. So donate if you can. We would love to raise $1,000 over the course of the weekend. That'd be fantastic. Go ahead and get your donations in. Enter in for prizes throughout the end of the year. Enter into prizes, our early bird prizes like Summer Game Fest merch and the Extra Life controller and all that stuff. So please do that. Hang out with us this weekend. It's going to be so much fun. We're reacting to so many things. We're making so much content. So please do that. The second thing I need to do is I need to thank our patrons. Thank you so much to everybody who supports us, patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Thank you to our ultimate producers like Jonathan Brown, whose music can be found at linktree/pme.jib, Rebecca Ruben-Navarro, and Technical Michael, who says, whether you're Kevesi or Agnian, you're a Xenobabe at heart. Thank you so much to our ultimate producers. We've got links in the show notes. Thank you to our platinum producers, Angel Patton, Peje EP, The Captain, and Uncle Tim Paullin. And thank you to our gold members, Adam K, Anna, Awesome Dave 1337, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Emily O'Kelly, Yawn 32, Laura, Ligerwoods 330, Mr. Giggles, OldMrFrump, Patrice Mallette, Stephen Keller, and Tony Baker. Thank you all so much. You can head over to patreon.com/carpoolgaming, pop a 7-day free trial to the exclusive tier, check out all our exclusive content, see what all the fuss is about for free for 7 days. Patreon.com/carpoolgaming. We'll see you there. Fulya, Lachlan, thank you all so much. Fulya, if people wanted to follow you on the internet or check out the stuff that you do, how could they do that, my friend?
You can find me over on the Mini Indie Van, of course. The new episode for the June episode is out. I am I had a chat with Garrett, and it was fun. We were talking about blueprints. We had our little blueprints sort of review chat, if you will. I was asking all the questions since I never played the game. So go check out the new episode of Mini Indie Van and, of course, its back catalogue. You can also find me on Blue Sky and Instagram at Foolish Fuji. YouTube and Twitch, look me up, Foolish Fuji. And, of course, for everything else and more, head on over to foolishfuji.com.
Very good. I love it. Locklith, where can people find you?
Y'all can find me here, Carpool Gaming, a lot this weekend because there's so many things to react to. We're reacting to literally every showcase that we have people available for. Mm-hmm. There's somebody going to be reacting to something. So I did want to bring that up.
I'm going to be pulling all-nighters.
Yes.
Hell yeah, Fulya. Let's go.
Poor Fulya needed all of those free Red Bulls that GameStop was giving out last night. Like, bless her. She's doing
By the way,
Lord's
I
work.
got no free Red Bull. I just want to say that. No Red Bulls.
We weren't giving out any snacks either.
Nothing.
I got Skittles.
I got nothing. Bubkiss.
I got Skittles and a free Suicide Squad comic book, which was interesting.
Okay.
And very
wow.
random.
Okay.
Yeah. But you can also find me on YouTube at Lachlan. You can find me on the Blue Sky and Instagram and TikTok now.
Oh.
Where I am posting a bunch of shorts, actually. I'm taking all that fun streamer content and putting them into shorts and literally putting them everywhere that shorts, reels, and the like are accepted. So literally all you'll find over there is my face. So yeah, go find me.
Nice. Very good. As for me, you can find me on youtube.com/$2hero, newly rebranded YouTube channel, where I do all kinds of stuff, including streaming a bunch of Switch 2 stuff. You can find me here, twitch.tv/carpoolgaming live all weekend long. You can add me on your Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch 2 at SW411280613454, just like Eric Lindros. And follow me on Blue Sky at $2 Hero. I appreciate it. Locklith, do you have a physical?
My physical is kind of the Pro Controller that I have. So I knew we were showing them off today. So that is my physical for tonight, I guess.
Very good. Very good.
Unless
Fulya,
people want to see my empty Werner's can that I had earlier.
a good Michigander over there with your Werners. Yeah.
Always.
Very good. Very good. Fulya, any physical on your end? I have one.
I have nothing, unfortunately. No Switch 2 for me.
All good. So, quick little story. I ordered a GameCube controller. As soon as they went up, I ordered one. And they sold out pretty quickly. I've been sitting here waiting for my GameCube controller to come in, and I was literally during the stream today checking, like it had been saying preparing to ship for the past like 3 days. I'm seeing other people get theirs in, and it's still, even right now, it says preparing to ship on my order history.
No updates for you.
No updates. I'm sitting here waiting. I'm like, where the hell is my GameCube controller? After I wrap stream today, I go to take my dog out to go to the bathroom, and it was sitting there on my front porch. GameCube controller. It came in. They just never even sent me the shipping info, but I have it. Here it is.
Cool. You got it.
Yeah. So there you go. Maybe I'll unbox it on the post show. So there you go. It came in.
Just a little Nintendo fairy just came by, just popped it on your doorstep.
You don't need that. Don't need the shipping information. We'll
Bart
just teleport
Simpson
it to you.
back into the bush. I was never here.
Yeah. And I also, while we were streaming today, I did order my second dock. So I got that coming as well.
Oh.
So that is I'm now done. I'm done spending money on the Switch 2. It's all
now.
Done.
I might get the camera. We'll see.
Yeah, it's because God favors him. God does have favorites. So anyway, that's it for us. Lockliff, do you want to take us home?
Sure, why not? Thank you all for hanging out with us for tonight's episode of the Nintendo Drive. Bump that like button if you haven't already. And fuel this carpool in the comments below with the day one game. If you bought a Nintendo Switch 2, day one game that you're playing this weekend with it, whether it's Mario Kart World or something else, or if you're still playing a Switch Juan, we haven't forgotten about you. What game are you playing this weekend while you watch all the Nintendo Switch 2 content? And we're so sorry that's all that is going to happen this weekend. But what are you playing to get you through it? Because gaming helps us get through anything. So there you go.
Amen to that. I do think you mean day one.
Day one. Sorry. Yes.
So there is that. So
the human themselves.
Right. That's right. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Thanks so much for tuning in to this week's episode of the Nintendo Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow us at Carpool Gaming on socials. Don't forget to check out our awesome Nintendo Drive merch on carpoolgaming.com, and you can also support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, where you'll unlock all sorts of exclusive content like the Nintendo Drive post show. Links to everything are in the description. See you next week!
D